You left me out of your sight. Oh, I thought my microphone wasn't working. You left me out of your sight for 1 minute, and look what happens, nightmare time. And for some reason, my voice sounds just as bad as it did when I was sick. Cool. I love reviewing musical stuff when I can't sing. Anyway. Oh, that's right, because I left my water in the other room. Dang it. Oh, look at that. It turns out that the starting of this point was actually very opportune, because it turns out the third guest is here. Well, I guess the third guest, the third host. So yes, welcome back. I'm Jacob. That's BB.
I'm Aiden. Toodle clip.
And together are
The
Butter.
Butter Buns. Oh, by the way, you messed up on the stream promotion.
Oh wait, I see my thing. There we go. Sorry,
You messed up
on the stream promotion.
You put in Walking Wednesday live now. Walking Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey,
I picked the wrong link.
Hi guys, I'm BB. Even though I already said that, my mic wasn't set up. Restream reset all of my stuff.
Dang.
I had to put my avatar back on, and then I just had to change my mic. I didn't realize my mic was off too until after. Obviously, you didn't hear me do my greeting.
Of course, yes.
I was like, oh, that's not good.
It was implied. It was implied.
It was implied. You're so right. When I don't say things, you can just fill in the gaps, and I'm sure that's what I meant.
I mean, there is the profound effect of silence sometimes.
So
but usually don't seem to employ that a lot of the time, so whenever you do, it's a rare blessing. Anyways, nightmare time.
I employ it plenty.
Ooh, nightmare time.
That's not on streams.
Yeah. So, okay, so I'm not sure how entertaining this video is going to be. As in, like, not the video originally. I mean, this one that people are currently watching right now of us reacting to the previous one. I don't know about that, specifically because of the format of Nightmare Time.
Why?
I expressed my concerns in the group chat earlier, but basically because this series was actually done fully, well, you can see on the bottom of the screen there, on Zoom.
Oh, God.
Yes, during the pandemic, and yeah, and a lot of it is done the same way you would do. It's a cross, but it's like an intersection between like a table read and the end product. It really varies. Oh. I haven't seen the whole thing. I skimmed through it to see, like, okay, can we make some sort of reaction out of this? And potentially, yeah. So to say, Professor Pigeon's returns, so that's could be something for you too.
This is something I think you may enjoy. So you know the channel Kill Count?
No.
Or Dead Meat?
No.
So he makes horror movie stuff where it's like kill counts or like the amount of kills per horror movie. And he recently did one on the guy who didn't like musicals. Even though it's not a horror movie, it's like a thing with death. So it's like he did one based off that.
It's a horror product. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd tell you that if you want to look it up later and check it out, because that may be a video you may enjoy.
I see. Okay then. I wonder what the kill count for Black Friday would be. Depends on if they consider the nuclear strike at the end.
You just see the kill count go from whatever it was at first to just the entire count of how many people were in the United States in the year that came out.
You know, that actually
whatever the radius would have been.
That actually kind of has happened before for some movies. Like there's this horror movie called Knock at the Cabin. And the way that movie ended was basically like these
spoiler alert for anyone who might want to watch it, by the way.
These titans woke up and destroyed the world. And that's just how the movie ends. So I'm pretty sure for that kill count that he just put like 7 billion extra on. Be like, okay, and 7 billion plus as well, technically now. Because, you know.
I see. So it wasn't like, you know, it's the exact statistics, but it was people got the implication.
Yeah, no. We don't know the exact amount, but you know, just imagine there's like an extra billion.
Yeah, okay. Well, who knows? But who knows what the kill count will be in Nightmare Time? Because I mean, considering the branding of it, there's a potentially it'll be even worse. But I guess we'll find out.
That Zoom logo is so distracting in the corner.
Well, if you can get past the watermarks on TV studios, I'm sure that you'll eventually fade into your subconscious. But until that happens, let's watch it. So without further ado, on with the review.
Caca.
Okay, I pressed play and nothing happened. What's going on?
Maybe it just...
Is it like this in the original?
Is the video broken? Oh!
Well, I took it off.
Oh.
I'm gonna put it back in again.
BB, you are the main focus right now. You are the main character.
I'm fantastic. Yeah, that wasn't an us thing. That was them. I just pulled it
Oh,
up.
wait. Because it was originally streamed live, and that's why the...
This was live stream.
Okay.
Dang. Live streamception.
Oh, I guess I've got time to grab my water from the other room then, and actually be able to sing for once. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
No,
it's
starting.
You don't. Wait,
it's starting. Jacob! Oh, God!
He ran out of time. Speaking of running out of time, guys are witnessing Aiden's death on screen.
I've said this before, but in my head feels like I hear everything that happens. Anyway, did you get that sting at the beginning? Da 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 da. Look what happens, nightmare time. From I don't know. Okay.
No need to run away, cause the nightmare will kill you soon.
No need to contemplate. I believe you're afraid, cause your life isn't winning.
Oh my God, talking lips. Ah!
Never seen Rocky Horror, have you?
Every story you tell,
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm surprised.
Hey, what was that? Boob.
You can run, but I'll use us to know. You can hide, but I will find you.
I got a question.
Close your eyes if you don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna leave this
I know
amazing Joey Richter freeze frame right now. But ask a question.
I know some of the actors play different roles in them. Are they meant to be playing the same characters? Or are they playing different characters in each musical?
You just answered your own question. If some of the actors play different roles, then by the transitive property, they are not the same.
I know, but are they meant to secretly be the same character? I don't know.
It's not much of a secret. I mean, in a few circumstances, it's pretty plainly obvious. Well, okay, same characters-esque. I still need an explanation about how this multiverse works. I'd still like a nice.
Is it a multiverse or is it a single universe?
It works on limited theater trope budget.
Well, yeah, that doesn't work. I need an actual explanation.
That is the explanation.
That is
no. I need a canon explanation because between the first two, it's still very unclear to me how this actually works.
Oh, so you mean like how Ryan George, all of his content takes place canonically in a universe where everyone has the exact same face?
Yeah.
No, because that's all one universe. No, I mean
Oh,
this.
if you're referring to the entire multiverse, I'm pretty sure we covered that last time, didn't we, with Black Friday?
We debated about it. We never got an actual explanation. I would like an explanation.
Might have to wait until Aprils Must Die for that one.
That's
or they
just
cover
the
it here.
theory. A film theory.
I'll be honest, I would love to have a film theory about the Hatchetfield saga. I think that would actually be a really smart decision to do, actually. I mean,
if it's popular enough, they probably will do it eventually.
No, they do unpopular stuff as well. The way their programming works is they have I forget the exact order, but they have the very popular stuff that they always do either right before or right after a more minor indie project. So that way, I think it's after, because they do the minor thing first, and then they do something that they know will get people to watch, and so that way it just kind of forces people to stay there.
And then, of course, they use their less popular or their less guaranteed popularity videos as a way to experiment and find new different types of content, like the back rooms, for example. So
exactly.
I feel like this would probably work out for them because, I mean, it's something that has a very loyal fan base. Like, again, Team Starkid has a, incredibly loyal fan base, and they're YouTube based. So,
but
it's
to be
essentially
fair,
prime rib locally sourced.
To be fair, if film theory is dealing with a very loyal fan base, they have to actively be careful because
they don't. They get hated by the FNAF fandom, and yet they do things for that.
When has that
24/7.
ever stopped them even
I
once,
guess,
apart
but
from Undertale? It's stopped with Undertale, but not other times.
But all I'm saying is when you're dealing with a loyal fan base, they will be like, at least if you're doing something mainstream, at least with FNAF, you have the mainstream people. But if it's something very indie and very fandom heavy, where only people in the fandom really care about it, they will call you out if you mess up blatantly on facts, which Game Theory has canonically messed up on.
Doesn't mean they shouldn't do it.
Oh no, I'm saying, but if they do it, they have to actively be careful, and they got to and they can't be careless.
No, they were
sure they're aware of that.
Star Wars again. They did a theory about Star Wars where they actively messed up their citations. I spammed in fact, you were part of that conversation. You kept on responding to me.
How long ago was that? I'm not great at remembering things a long time ago.
I don't know. It wasn't that long ago.
You say that.
A good theorist.
There
was also the more recent thing about like the One Piece world map where that was like one mistake that MatPat made. The one mistake was not like inverting the map in order to like account for what he was saying about the tides and such. That was a thing that got people.
Wait a minute! I just realized something. Why didn't
that really impacted them in any major way? They carried on doing what they do. They're fine.
Well, the problem is. The problem is because the point that they're trying to make for the Star Wars one heavily depended on which of the two main universes for Star Wars they're talking about. And they kept on mixing the different universes and not even saying which ones were correct. Like, they're listing Legends continuity things as canon and canon things as Legends, all while trying to prove a point that is canon specific. It was all messed up.
And look at them now. This was long enough ago for Aiden to forget completely about being part of this conversation, and they're doing just fine. So even if they did mess up on this, we're not saying that they will or they won't.
I'm not really
I don't think it would matter.
I'm not really engaged with the Star Wars fandom as a whole. I'm not really a Star Wars fan.
That's not remotely what I was getting at, Aiden.
Although I will
close
say
to what I was trying to say now.
Although one thing I don't that I just thought about, why didn't like film theory, why didn't instead of doing something like food theory or style theory, they did anime theory? Because anime is actually
talk about anime on film theory.
Yeah,
but I feel like anime theory is one of those theory concepts, like for a theory channel that actually could work as its own channel, because there's enough anime out there to warrant theories on it as a whole and not just be mashed up with film theory.
They could.
It's because anime is not mainstream enough.
Really? Anime
is
pretty mainstream.
On a monosyllable being in that part and be replacing that. If there's not a monosyllable, it won't work.
Really? Film theory.
You try saying it.
Film theory.
That's.
Oh, I think he might have
theory. I just tried
finding
theory. Anime theory. Oh, that is 3 syllables. I just caught that.
I just tried finding the.
To play Monet's Mountain game again.
I just tried finding the theory, and I know for a fact it was uploaded this year. I can't find it. I think they might have deleted it.
That's funny.
We're streaming this in December, right?
Yeah, and it was still uploaded in 2023.
Yeah, so like I said, long enough ago for Aiden to forget completely about the conversation, and they're doing just fine. Although if they lose the video, then that means there's clearly they've listened to people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I put in a comment talking about the citations because I was like, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, you said. Okay.
You lead me straight to those that fear me. You can run if I don't catch you, but that time is gonna get you.
I'm guessing that like none of them like had a specific like let's get this background for this particular shot of this theme song. Just use whatever you can and you know, send in your cells being wacky, which is classic Star Kid.
Yeah, wacky's a pretty good adjective.
How did they get the lips, by the way, green screen? Like, did they have someone in a green screen suit and just paint their face green, so when they green screen them, you just had the lips?
No, what they probably did is
imagine-
whenever someone was singing, they probably just cropped it out.
That's a
Yeah,
lot
but
to
I
crop
would imagine-
out, but
I'd imagine masking. Again, as someone who does masking now, that wouldn't take. Actually, I say that if it was one frame, it would take too long. Actually, the movement it would take a considerably longer amount of time. So actually, what I would have done is probably like do like a selection, like you know, paint the selection of your mouth around, and then like chroma key that in like mask around that, and then chroma key just the section that's left. But there you go.
The caution tape as the timer is ticking down.
Do you even understand?
The danger that you are in. You're standing on
Look at Joey's effects here.
ground.
A victimless crime, a victimless crime. I'm in your head and your back. Nothing that you do about it. It's all by design, all by design.
Right behind you. Where'd he go?
Can run, but you're fast enough. You can
There's your god symbolism, BB, in case you wanted to point that out again.
hide, but I will find you. Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you. The trail of tears that you will leave me. Maybe be straight to those who fear me. You can run if I don't catch you. Nightmare time is gonna get you. Run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you.
Just run away if you want.
Of course, he doesn't win this shit.
You can run if I don't catch you. But the nightmare time already caught you.
I will say one of the coolest things that people did during the pandemic was actually some of those like full performances just done on Zoom, which I'm amazed they were able to sync that up. Like the people that did like the 100 people singing sea shanties or something, how did they get the timing right? That's what I want to know.
I know what video I've seen that video. And I guess maybe I'm misremembering it, but what I think might have happened is they might have called in for submissions. And it wasn't
and they placed them on
actually
as videos.
Yeah.
I see. That makes sense. Either way, clearly that's also what happened here. Because I don't think they sang that live and also edited the lips at the same time. Probably not.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
some
I
of
will
this
say,
was
like,
probably
out of-
done on Zoom, and others were probably just done.
Yeah.
through
So
some
out
Zoom.
of all of those examples, what we have here is actually I haven't seen any of those Zoom videos where the camera does anything that interesting, you know, like going from one side to another, actually trying to, you know, cutting between different shots is usually all one take deals, or you know, all the videos start at once, or whatever it may have ended up being. So as far as I'm concerned, that was the best rendition of that idea that I've seen anyway. And now we get to the part that I think they actually did do live. We're only covering part 1 today because it's us, and there's no way we're going to make that time.
Episode 1, Part 1, The Hatchetfield Ape Man.
You wouldn't have seen him, but that's Nick Lang. He writes a lot of most of the shows. They do.
Witchwood Forest. Dark. Mysterious. The alleged home of some of Hatchetfield's most terrifying urban legends. The Bella Muckwab, the Muck Witch. Lumber Axe, the Mad Woodsman. And of course, there's him.
I think you're noticing the main problem with this so far. There's a reason I was concerned about this video as a reaction concept. And that, of course, is the fact that you can't hear some of the time. I just realized as well I need to take my logo off the screen because it's not the main channel. Can I? There you go.
Donna Daggett,
Jacob
co-host
doing
of
some promotion
Hatchetfield's
down here.
Morning Cup
Normally that's your domain.
of News, stands at the edge of a vast, misty grove.
I've come here to the Witchwood to talk with one woman who claims to have had her own harrowing close encounter.
Must have been 9 or 10 years ago when it happened. Take a holiday here in Hatchetfield.
This is Lucy Stockworth, the real-life Duchess and heir to the Stockworth estate in jolly old England.
I spied a nighthawk nest in the tree, and the foolish little schoolgirl I was, I wanted to see the birds, so I started to climb. I had nearly made it when a branch snapped beneath me.
I've never heard Angela do a British accent before. It's like 50% there. The most that I've ever heard of her was like doing like a really like stereotypical Italian accent on Smosh. which I guess she actually is in fact Italian, but yeah, like the one that she was doing was like she was playing a caricature. We cannot let you in the hotel or something like that. I don't know. Anyway.
So high the fall would have killed me. I'm sure of that, but he caught me. In those big, strong arms, those arms covered in thick black fur. It was him. It was the Woollyfoot.
That's right, Woollyfoot, the Hatchetfield Ape Man. A monster to some, but to Lucy Stockworth, he's anything but.
Why does this sound like someone's personal fantasy? A schoolgirl falls out of a tree into Ape Man's hands.
His eyes, they were kind. I knew he'd never hurt me.
Miss Stockworth has returned to Hatchetfield every year since the death of her father, in hopes of snagging another glimpse at her elusive savior. And what will you do if you find Woollyfoot again?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What do you say to someone who saved your life? I suppose I'd thank him in whatever way I could.
So there you have it. Is there an ape man lurking in the Witchwood of Hatchetfield? And if so, is he friend or foe? This is Donna Daggett with Morning Cup of News. Back to you, Dan.
That's amazing, Donna.
Oh, now I recognize those two. They're in Nutty Brews Must Die.
So they look entirely different, but they sound very... Are they the rich person from Black Friday?
No.
Is that the same actor?
Okay, so yeah, the same actor, yes.
Okay.
Lauren Lopez plays both Linda Monroe and Donna Daggett.
Yeah, okay, because the voice is identical. So I was like, hold on.
Yeah, although Joey Richter was not Gerald. Well, Gerald doesn't even show up, but I do know for a fact that Gerald is actually played by, I think it was Dylan Saunders later.
Days later, rain drizzles from a gray sky. A black Rolls Royce pulls onto the runway of a tiny airport. Lucy Stockworth emerges
Can we
from the
appreciate
backseat
that spooky, scary skeletons is in the background of one of them?
I thought when I was scrolling through this I was gonna like come into something, because later on Joey uses a different background for a different character, but yeah, that's just waiting in the wings there. One thing that I'm surprised they didn't do was like have people waiting in the wings for their cue. Like you can like let people in and out on Zoom, like show their screens or something. That's how I would have done this, probably because you could see them all like idly waiting by. I mean, Corey at the top was like shuffling around a lot and adjusting his camera and such. And one of the comments in this video was literally about Jeff being still animatronic until it's his cue to speak, which has not happened yet. So there is this video is rife with distractions that you might encounter.
It's for small private jets standing nearby. Waiting for her at the bottom of the air stairs with an open umbrella is her butler, Rupert.
I think that was... Oh no, that was his cue, wasn't it? Is Jeff meant to be playing Rupert? Because I saw his mouth move.
Uh-oh.
And now Skeleton Lady, whose name I've forgotten, I'm sorry,
is clearly laughing while muted, yeah.
and like Bowtie Guy, also whose name I've forgotten, sorry, is adjusting his mic as if like, have I messed this up? Jeff, are you coming in? Jeff, do you read me? Oh my goodness.
Any luck, Miss Lucy?
Not this year, Rupert.
Shame. A dreadful shame.
Okay, no, wait, is it not actually?
I suppose there's always next year.
Everyone's mouth is moving. I'm trying to figure out who's speaking.
Other things don't get in the way.
Are you all right, Miss Lucy?
Oh no, it's actually. Oh, I guess it's I guess because Nick took over. That's why he's just covering, like the great director that he is. Oh, also I forgot to mention. In case people are having trouble like following along, here's a PDF with the script that there was on the part of the link from the original video.
Yes, it's just the rain. It makes me sad. Maybe this is just a childish dream. Goodbye, Hatchetfield. Maybe for...
I was sad one day, so they put me in a room with an open roof. The open roof let rain in. The rain made me sad.
You may be done with Hatchetfield, Miss Stockworth, but Hatchetfield is not done with you!
Do you recognize that character, anyone?
Is that Mr. Emotion as the highest authority, also America's greatest... What's his name again?
Oh no, that's not John McNamara. That's yeah. That's Jeff's character. Jeff's still on screen.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. The he was, because now that I'm seeing the top and you said that name, that's that was the guy they went to for help in the first one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucy.
And we're playing show-stopping number to accompany him entering.
You see his little grin.
Look at that's smug face. Yeah. That's honestly like one of the most fun things ever. Is like coming in with like a theme song for your character with an entrance in theater. That's only ever happened to me once. But I remember I was playing Mr. Bumble in Oliver, and they didn't tell me this until we actually started rehearsing. But I like came in, and then the cue was like music, so it was like the teacher was going dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And I was like, I have to be serious right now. I have to keep myself composed, but I am feeling myself right now. Just pacing along to the beat and like trying to like make my steps poignant. Anyway, whatever. Really fun time.
Lucy turns to find an eccentric figure approaching.
If I ever learn how to make music, I'm giving everyone a theme song.
His hair is white. His black turtleneck clings to his body.
Excuse me.
It's just accentuating himself now as well, like with the directions. There is no need for that.
Who are you?
My name is Professor Henry Higgins, and if you'll indulge me and accompany me back to my home and laboratory on the edge of town, I'll show you something that'll knock your stockings off.
I forgot. I didn't know his name was Henry.
The Rolls-Royce weaves down a winding dirt road through the dense thicket of the Hatchetfield witchwood. The trees are tall, with pale, cracking bark. The car stops at the entrance of a Gothic manor, filled with labyrinthine hallways and stained glass windows. The fortress-like
Labyrinthine. I need to remember that word. That's a good one.
abode of Professor...
Well, is that even a real word?
Well,
Yes.
I would assume so. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said it.
It's used in one of the things I wanted to show you as well after we're done with all of this to review.
Oh, we're not going to be done with all of Starkid for a long time. So if you want to put that on like the queue for us, then we can move it up.
Inside, Lucy follows the professor through a
I meant more
twisting
so after
corridor.
the
Her
Hatchetfield
heels-
stuff.
Still, if there's 6 parts of Nightmare Time, and then there's also Nerdy Prudes Must Die, so we got a while.
Clicking on the black
Nerdy
and
Prudes
white
Must
checkered
Die,
type-
dang.
That's the name of the 3rd musical. That's the big send off that we're gonna get to.
Oh,
Unless they happen to do
so
more. in the
wait, if
future.
it's the 3rd musical, why are we watching this one? Why aren't we skipping to the 3rd one, to finish off the trilogy?
Because this is
Well, Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Because we have BB here, and this is canon. BB has had questions, and hopefully this will help to have some clarity. And me, I haven't seen this one yet.
Oh, I guess it bugs me a little bit. You say D&D KW and not just whatever.
Not tabletop musical specifically.
Yeah. But no, this is a musical done on Zoom. I don't know if Zoom musical is a genre, but I mean,
it should be, or it should have been. Rather, we've moved away from it now, but it should have been.
Tile floor.
So you live alone out here?
Until recently, yes. I find isolation conducive to my...
You know, we could do Zoom musicals if we wanted to. Maybe we could do Zoom what ifs. Maybe this is how I can do what ifs in the future. Just like write the script and bring you two along. Just like have you as the characters.
KW, it's TTRPG. It's not that long of an acronym.
Yeah, if anything, it is spelled TTRPG.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, it's called, the full thing is tabletop role-playing game. You put into an acronym, it's TTRPG. It's not that long of a thing to spell.
Yeah, I just said tabletop musical because that's easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah, TTRPG is a genre. D&D is a part of the genre. It's a thing within the genre.
KW, I don't know that thing. Oh my god, I forget that D&D is like the only thing that is like the only TTRPG right now that's not just niche still.
Okay, well, so yeah, so imagine that D&D is an apple. In that case, TTRPG would be the category of fruit. There you go.
Yeah.
How did that work be, Professor?
I'm a biologist. I study the indigenous fauna of these woods. Nighthawks, timberwolves, bears even. But what I found in one of my traps 13 months ago was no bear.
Wait, sorry? Hold on. What? What was that? I'm sorry. I'm a biologist. I study the indigenous fauna of these woods. Nighthawks, timberwolves, bears even.
Those aren't fauna. Fauna is plants.
That's
flora.
Fauna is plants.
No, I swear,
flora is plants. Fauna is animals.
Oh my god, you're right. You're kidding me.
Why make the words similar? No, I have rants about this. Why make similar words if they're not technically the same thing? That's annoying.
Oh yeah, because similar terms have never existed in the field of science before.
Never.
Or in the English language.
Or in any language for that matter.
English is a dumb language.
I don't think they're English words originally, either of them.
To treat a wound it was nursing, I found something that defies our current scientific understanding. A lost hominid species!
You do think timberwolves technically would defy our current understanding as well, but you know. Magical creatures inherently defy our understanding, but sure.
I don't know, there's like dire wolves. I think I understand dire wolves pretty well.
Yeah, and also, and you know, we're still baffled by what we're discovering about platypuses. So
platyply, it's platyply,
or platypeople. You know what I mean?
The missing link between Homo erectus and Homo sapien. He may now lack his thick black fur, but I'm curious, Miss Stockworth. Could you help me identify him?
Woollyfoot.
Wait, is he still, like, in the trap? I thought this was, like, 13 months ago. Have you kept him this whole time?
So are you telling me that you found the Hatchetfield Ape Man?
No.
Just saying, if he's still in the trap, I'm pretty sure he's just dead at this point. Are you feeding him?
I would imagine. I mean, Professor Hitchens has, you know, he's
even if you are
he's got stock. He's practiced.
Even if you are feeding him, the fact that this is a creature that you don't know much about its biology or what it eats or what its needs are, because some things require.
That's what he's trying to find out. He's a biologist.
Yeah, but if you keep something in captivity for months and you don't know its exact needs and you don't meet its exact needs, it will die.
Oh, by the way, you're saying Gotcha Combat Battle Mounts are gonna have Kairos ride a wolf because there's a mount that is a Twilight Wolf. You can still do that, by the way. Find either an image of a wolf, or do like what people are doing now, Guts Life 2, like morphing the characters in the the presets into a wolf-like creature or whatever would be the most resembling, and then just put Kairos on top, take away the back leg, and it will look like she's riding the thing. Anyway,
you're going to have to tell me what I've found. Is your savior behind this door?
They come to a large, antique vault door with a porthole in the center. Higgins turns the locking wheel. A mechanism clanks.
My goodness, she's still laughing. Skeleton Lady is still laughing.
The door unlocks. Lucy's heart skips a beat.
I can see him.
I love that Angela's been reacting this whole time, just in case anyone is actually looking her direction. That is theater training at its finest there, acting as reacting.
That's why you're here. Now, before we enter the enclosure, I must warn you. In his shaved state, he looks very much like a man, but he is...
So what, you just kidnapped a man? You just kidnapped a very hairy man?
What he's saying is he kidnapped something that looks like a man.
I'm pretty sure it's just a man and he's just crazy and just kidnapped a man. Like,
I mean, remember, he did say it's in between the difference between like Homo erectus and Homo sapiens. That's what we call the missing link in actual science. So it would be somewhere in between the thing that has literally most closely resembled us throughout the entirety of the history of the world, and us ourselves.
He is a wild animal, and he is dangerous.
I understand.
Promise me you'll never let your guard down.
I won't.
And there's gonna be a poor man begging for his life. Please free me! Please! This crazy man kidnapped me! And it's like,
behold, I have taught him to speak English. It took me 13 months, but he's able to say key phrases like "help me" and "I've been kidnapped." But must be fooled, Miss Duckworth. He does not know what they mean. I assure you, I am not keeping him against his will. Yes, he is. Let me out of here. Do you see how much he's evolved, Miss Duckworth? Oh my goodness. And also, I have to say it, I have to be the person. Frankenstein's the guy, not the monster. Okay. Moving on.
Lucy, whatever you do, don't fall in love with him.
Wait, what?
Bizarre request.
I wasn't thinking I was gonna fall in love before this, but okay.
Like I said, this really feels like someone's fantasy that they're working through here. Hers, probably.
Pigeons pulls the heavy vault door open. Beyond it lies a lush greenhouse. Raindrops pitter and patter on the glass ceiling. Tweeting birds flitter through.
Oh, I was kidding about the room letting rain in before. I've actually
you never seen this before?
I said before, I haven't had time.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
I thought you knew what we were talking about. Yeah, you knew.
No, not this time. Normally I play dumb deliberately so you guys don't ask me too many questions, but this time I actually don't know.
Blooming flowers. Pigeons cautiously steps into this jungle room. Lucy not far behind.
By the way, if you haven't read the book, KW, that'd be an amazing book talk for you. That's a good idea for a future video.
What book?
Frankenstein.
Ah.
Yeah, I love that one.
A monster. I've also, the phrasing is a bit off. Just to be clear, there is a monster involved, KW. It's just not Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Frankenstein
the monster is named Frankenstein's monster.
I don't worry. She'll work it out. She's going to find the book.
Behind.
Woollyfoot! It's Henry! I brought you a very special visitor, so I want you to be on your best behavior.
He didn't know if it was Woollyfoot, but he's still calling him Woollyfoot. Interesting.
Leaves rustle. Lucy can just make out some thing lumbering through the foliage.
Just imagine it's a very hot man. Oh,
good boy.
Well,
oh god,
that's your answer.
I mean, I can't really see much of him right now, so I don't know.
You can't see much of him. He's like that's the
I need full
screen.
body. I need full body, not just part body.
Oh, I see.
Part body.
When you're judging hotness, you judge like everything all at once.
Yeah.
I see. Okay then, fair enough. Well, there is another there's like another Star Kids series that features a basically shirtless Joey Richter for the entire time. So
this is the Centaur, part air,
Centaur.
part body.
Lucy's jaw drops. Her eyes go wide. There, emerging into a small artificial clearing, is him, the Hatchetfield Ape Man. He's hunched and grunting, but not entirely inhuman. In fact,
by the way, the character that he played in that musical was called Grunt.
his naked form seems almost familiar.
My God! He does look like a man.
Don't break eye contact, Lucy. He'll think you're submissive.
Of course.
What if I am, huh? What if I am?
Like I said, it feels like someone's fantasy. Yeah.
You don't know that. Just like,
He sniffs Lucy, startling her.
It's fine. He's just curious. Don't back away. Show him you're the dominant species.
The ape man starts to lift Lucy's skirt to inspect it.
Oh,
He yanks it away from him.
Wait,
God,
my
this
goodness.
is someone's fantasy. This is someone's fantasy.
Actually, that's just the first episode of Dragon Ball.
Well, it's anime, dude. I mean, people are kind of naturally pervy in anime for some reason. Don't ask me why. Even when it's not about romance or anything like that, people are still pervy.
To defend Goku in that moment, he wasn't being pervy, he was being curious. He'd never seen a girl before, he did not know about the social customs.
Wasn't he like a child or something?
He was also a child, yes. Depending on what source you believe, he was either like 11 or 12. He thinks he's 14, but he's not. So you find out later that was actually him getting it wrong.
Is that any way to treat a lady?
Good, Lucy. Show him who's boss.
Does he even know any
Ape Man
English,
rears
or
his
does
full
he
height,
even fully
beating-
understand English? Because I know, like, some animals, for example, will understand tone, but
He
not
probably does understand
actual
tone.
words.
Yeah.
So that's it.
In his chest. Lucy is having none of it.
Now that's quite enough of that.
Scolded and ashamed, the ape man slumps to the ground.
And dies.
Now.
Of a broken heart.
What? This isn't The Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
He needs correcting often, but
If you leave me now, I will surely die of loneliness.
afterwards you
Schools
must
of Padme,
always...
dies of a broken heart.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've seen the Good Times Entertainment version, but yeah, in the Good Times one, he actually does like almost die of loneliness. There's a famous video all about it where he like counts like the loneliness meter. the more that Beauty is away from the house, from the mansion.
Forgive him.
I forgive you.
Lucy touches the ape man's hand, and his
Yeah, look at his reaction. He definitely understands tone.
expression brightens.
Now, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
My name is Lucy Hale, and
Some-
I'm here to participate in the Hunger Games.
Oh, that doesn't have it except on the ebook. Oh, that's a shame.
I'm pretty sure it existed before copyright did. You can just look up a PDF on Google.
That is also true. I mean,
Like,
yeah.
it's not illegal or anything. You can probably just find it.
He's even
Yeah,
picked up a few
published in
himself.
1818. You'll find that anywhere. Yeah, here it is, Gutenberg.
Gutenberg.
Yeah, Gutenberg is a site that I frequently see that seems to just publish
okay.
a bunch of old stuff.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like the author or something. It's like what? Yes,
No.
Frankenstein by Mary Gutenberg.
Yeah, they just publish a bunch of ancient stuff. Or, well, I guess old. It's not so much ancient. specifically.
Ancient? Are you calling Jacob old? He was around when the book was written. Like, come
What
on,
on
man.
earth are you talking
He
about?
was not around in 1818.
He was around. What do you mean? Jacob is a very old man. I mean, sorry, Jacob, but it's true. We all know you are best friends with Shelley.
I thought okay, are you trying to say he's young or ancient, Aiden? Make up your mind.
He's
If I was
both.
best friends with Shelley, I'd be an entirely different person.
Why? Was Shelley a bad person?
Well, no,
Huh?
no. But Percy Shelley, you know, the husband of Mary Shelley, was known to be, you know, a little bit of a free spirit, let's say, and had plenty of spirits of his own.
Beaks! That's extraordinary!
I don't get it, but
Yes,
okay.
he's quite intelligent.
Never mind.
Hello. My name is
His
Lucy.
face will scratching himself.
My name, Lucy.
Professor!
Keep going.
Oh,
wow,
I
that
get
was-
that reference. I understand it, yeah.
You're not Lucy. I'm Lucy. Lucy.
Lucy.
That's right.
Lulu?
And you are?
What?
Huh?
I mean, your name can't be the Woollyfoot. Lucy.
Maybe he's like a Smurf,
Lucy.
you know? It's like it
Yeah.
describes him, you know? Like we have Papa Smurf, we have Kappa
Yeah.
Cat, if you remember
I
all
wonder
the
what
Smurfs.
Papa Smurf's name was before we had children.
Lucy.
This Smurf. His name
Soon
is
to
the
be
Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
Conk.
Oh, of course it's
Conk.
Rick Conk.
Is that your name?
I'm Conk.
John Madison is just really loving this in the corner there. And yes, I learned his name from last time. I should have learned it a long time ago. And the little girl in the Frankenstein book's name is Lucy. I'm pretty sure that just so yeah, I think the girl who grows alongside him, I think her name was Lucy. I'm trying to for some reason I just completely slipped my
see-
mind what she was actually called. But
see,
yeah,
I was
there is a
thinking of
Lucy
the
in there.
old,
She doesn't stay a
like-
little girl the whole time. She actually does grow up during the
See,
book's
I
time.
was thinking of like the old like caveman thing that we found. Yeah, Lucy, skeleton.
What? Oh right, okay.
Yeah, there was
I
like
see.
a really old like skeleton we found just like buried in the ice, and we just sort of
I don't
assumed
think that has a lot of correlation with Frankenstein, but yes.
No, but it correlates to this guy. I think maybe.
I suppose it also. I also think it correlates to Miss Simeon from Gumball. I think that's why her first name's Lucy.
Professor, his name is Conk.
Well, that's news to me.
Well,
don't know
what
why,
did you
but
think his
he's-
name was?
I guess he
probably
just
didn't
never
ask.
successfully made made any progress with like his name or anything.
Opening up to you in ways I never thought possible. It's
Well,
all
yeah,
Surprised he
because she's
has
a
names. He's the only
woman.
one-
Because she's a woman, of course, because she's attractive, and he wants some. You know, men will do anything for women.
I guess, but also like he's the last of the species. Would he even have a name? Who would have given him a name before now?
Maybe his family died.
If it's not Homo sapiens, would he even have a concept of what a name is or its significance? There's a book where the little girl's named Lucy and died, didn't she? That's what someone told me. She saw a film, I think. Well, the films take a lot of liberties with the characters, so I will not tell you if Lucy does or doesn't die in Frankenstein. There's a lot of people who do die, but whether or not Lucy is one of them, you get to find out.
Well, I don't see why he wouldn't know names. Presumably, there's gonna be more of him somewhere, right?
We are the only species that like gives each other names, I think.
Yeah, because we can't talk to the other ones.
Well, yeah, but we're the only ones who, like, language is a human invention.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, there are like other creatures like invented other ways of communicating, which would count as a language to them. But as far as like applying names goes, I think that is, as far as we know right now, strictly a human thing.
almost like he knows you.
Lucy, I am your father.
Remember me, Conk?
Oh, so he knows what the word remember is. Okay, sure. 3 syllables.
He's
you
an
can manage that one.
amnesiac, okay? My theory is he's an amnesiac.
He's been concussed for 13 years.
Yeah, he got concussed, grew a bunch of hair. Everyone thought he was like some sort of other species. He didn't really remember a lot of stuff and was extremely confused.
He's
and
the
now
worst
he's
version
been
of Johnny
kidnapped.
Concussion from American Dad.
Lucy, fall. Conk, catch.
I guess he's been taught the words fall and catch by Professor Hitchens.
A teapot whistles. In a cozy kitchen, Hitchens hands Lucy a cup of Earl Grey. She's still beaming from her encounter with the ape man.
Oh, he's incredible, Professor. Simply incredible. We have to alert the scientific community at once.
Didn't she just say she wanted to thank him? Didn't he end up doing that in the end?
And then what, Lucy? What will become of Conk? He'll be put in a cage.
No way! Did you hear the way he said
Oh yeah,
that?
sure. He'll be put in a cage. Yeah, unlike where are you keeping him now in a
Isn't
palace?
he in a
Professor?
cage? Yeah, he's in a greenhouse cage, but he's still in a cage.
5.
Then what's to be done, Professor?
He must learn. Learn our language, our ways. Then, when he understands his place in him decide his own fate. If he chooses to reveal himself to the world, we'll honor that. If he chooses to live as a man,
technically,
we'll honor
he's
that.
blend in with the
If
rest
he
of humanity if he knows enough. No
chooses
one
to
will
return to the
know.
woods,
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
we'll honor that too. Whatever the case, Conk must decide for himself.
Of course. It must
Oh
be
yeah,
his
we're just
decision.
gonna teach it
I
free
only
will
want him to
first.
be happy.
I mean, I don't think you can really teach free will, to be fair. It's
This
not
is the
really a
same
thing.
person who fell in love with his Alexa in a different universe.
You
Dang.
totally can teach free will. What do you mean? People do it to other people all the time.
If you teach free will, it's not free will because you're not actually giving because free. Oh my, okay,
That's not true. We teach each other free will. Like,
how do you teach someone to make their own decisions and to think for themselves if you're teaching them and telling them how to do it? Therefore, you're teaching them. And
You're teaching them.
Yeah,
You're
you're
teaching them
teaching them.
how to make the decisions, but you're not teaching them what decisions to make. That's the key difference. It's like what people say, like leading a fish to water, leading a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's the same idea behind that.
But I really don't think you technically teach free will.
but you can, and we do it. Like, you're just wrong.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't, but okay.
We can. What do you think happens to abuse victims that are locked in their homes for years? That hopefully get saved.
I mean, this position, this belief you have that we can't teach free will, is that your own belief, or has someone taught you that?
My own? I don't know. I just.
Well, there you go. In that case, you've made a decision for yourself. You have free will.
I have free will in spite of others, not because of others.
Who do you?
It's in
you're saying
spite
that-
of everyone else, not
So
because of everyone else. It's
So you're
literally the
saying that-
opposite.
Okay, so you're saying that free will is something that we always teach ourselves, no matter what stimulus we end up getting.
Yes, because it's
Okay,
in spite reaction, not a response to something. If you do it because
I see. So you're saying nature, BB's saying nurture. Okay, got it. Understand now. All right then. Then we're gonna watch Nightmare Time. Yeah, this is BB we're talking about here. We have to expose her to everything that is canon.
Him happy, Lucy.
I do?
You saw him in there. Within 2 minutes, he told you his name. Something he's kept from me for 13 months.
Kept from
Pigeon
you, or
sets
did you
down
just
his
not ask?
We all thought the same thing.
I don't trust this man. I'm saying this man's evil.
I mean, he did, betray Emma and Paul and everyone else. Well, obviously Paul wasn't there. But he betrayed Emma and Ted in another universe.
Also,
and,
why is he
set aliens on them.
why is he always playing an old man? By the way,
This is literally the same character.
Oh, it is? No, wait, what? No?
Yes, they said his name. He's even wearing the same outfit.
And also, Robert Mannion has not just played old men, Professor Higgins aside.
Wait, is this a prequel then?
No. Oh, you weren't there for Black Friday at the start, were you?
I wasn't
yes.
there for Black Friday at all.
Okay, welcome to the Hatchetfield multiverse, Aiden.
Is it a universe or a multiverse? They're very different.
It's a multiverse.
It's a multiverse with very unclear rules.
Okay, how many counterparts have we been introduced to?
In the Guide to Like Musical, because I wanted that to be a surprise, like it was for me when Black Friday came out.
So wait, is this like Earth 3, Dr. Higginson?
Here's the thing:
it's Hatchetfield 3, Professor Higgins, I guess.
It's
not really numbered in the same way.
We don't even technically know, because it could be a prequel, technically, I guess.
I mean, from what we're seeing so far, there's nothing that contradicts that it could be the same place, but that may change as we go along. So
the problem though is whenever you establish that there's other places, you have to then establish like okay, you have two options, and then you have this third thing that you've just introduced. But is it in the same universe as one of those other two options, or is it a separate option? I'd like some clarification.
Hopefully that will become clear as we go by. Obviously, I can't guarantee it, but based on how the musicals tend to work, it usually becomes very apparent right away whether they're connected or separate. It's been separate every single time so far, but we'll get there.
He looks into the young woman's eyes.
Lucy, will you stay? Will you help me teach Conk what it means to be a man?
I mean, sure. What else is being accomplice to kidnapping? What big deal it is?
Look how proudly Conk looks at himself.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of mirrors around.
And I could use an assistant.
Oh, well,
I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's just taking a sip of water.
I've been watching Conk this entire time. I don't care who's talking.
I don't. I mean, I will say Conk is a fine man.
So now you don't care that the entire image is not seen.
Listen, we've been over this, men.
Okay, but you said that you were waiting for the full image to make a judgment, and here you are making a judgment.
Yeah. I feel like making a judgment,
I look forward to watching Firebringer with you at some point.
Wait, what?
That's the one where Joe Richter is shirtless during most of the time that he's on screen, and also you see all of him because it's a theater production.
But it can wait. It has to. My God, I've been searching for him my entire life, and now I found
You're gonna
him.
fall in love.
I'm never letting him go.
Then we'll start tomorrow morning.
That sounds
bright
like
and early.
love speed.
Conk has
Yep, again, definitely a fantasy.
much to learn.
The next day, back in the greenhouse in
When he laughed
Professor
at it,
Higgins
like,
stands before
"Meow."
Conk holding a cue card displaying a picture of a cat, accompanied by the letter C-A-T.
Now, Conk, repeat after me. Cat. Cat.
Lucy.
Distracted Conk couldn't care less about
He's
the
just
card.
in love with Lucy.
Instead, his focus
They're in love.
Honestly, just take a picture of Lucy and show the full letters of Lucy. That would be something.
falls on Lucy.
Oh my
who sits
god!
nearby.
I was
sketching
about to wonder if they were gonna go in a different direction and have him say something else, another word for cat.
Why would he know the other word?
I don't know. He's been thinking about Lucy this whole time, so I'm like,
Why would he make the connection to the other word for cat in reference to Lucy? You know that because you've learnt the term before.
Yeah,
Ape Man.
listen, dirty mind, dirty mind, dirty mind.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, KW.
There's actually a song in
because I have mental issues. That's why, KW. Okay, mental issues.
Okay, I take it back. This is actually Aiden's fantasy. Aiden wishes he was Lucy right now.
Maybe.
with a set of charcoal. Conk smiles at her,
Listen, the idea of someone adoring you like that, I mean, that sounds amazing.
Again, this is why I said it was someone's fantasy, as it was yours.
Oh, Conk.
Outside, Lucy leads Conk to a stable on the professor's property. She loads a saddle onto the back of a cream-colored mare. Conk recoils at the sight of it.
Oh, don't be frightened, Conk. It's a horse.
You know, Poseidon made him. Because that makes sense.
Horse friend.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Conk
do they
slowly
make-
starts to
Do you think they did that because seahorses?
Well, hippocampi were also Poseidon's invention, so yeah, why not? I mean, Poseidon did also, just conceive like a couple of horses without having to invent the design. So yeah.
brush the animal's mane.
That's right,
And then the horse
Conk.
kicks him in the face.
Lucy tightens her grip on the mare's reins. She taps the horse's sides with her riding boots, sending it into a gallop. Conk, who sits behind Lucy, wraps his arms around her waist, trying not to
Laughing,
fall
oh
off.
god.
Lucy blushes again.
See?
That evening,
Fall in
the horse
love.
stands.
Is Conk ever gonna get clothes? Because he's been shaved by the professor, and now he's just out in the open with the wind rushing. He's gonna get hypothermia.
Oh, yeah. Who needs clothes?
Conk
Wait.
does.
Is he wearing pants?
I mean, he was described as naked earlier, so I don't.
Oh
think
no! No wonder Lucy is falling from day.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be a very uncomfortable ride in a saddle for him. Just saying.
Yeah, but
I've
it's gonna be
done-
uncomfortable for her too, because then he's gonna be pushing in her back, if you know what I mean.
I've been.
It'd be kind of
well,
uncomfortable.
it depends on how he's sitting. But I will say I've been on a horse multiple times, always clothed. But yeah, if it
No,
hurt
I thought
me,
you went naked horseback
for him.
riding.
I'm not Alan Strang.
Tied under a tree as Lucy and Conk poke their toes into a crystal clear pond. Their reflections ripple as a
You're in for a ride. Yeah, he's in for a ride. A very uncomfortable one at that. Conk is not having children.
small summer storm rolls overhead. Conk shields its head from the droplets.
It's called rain, Conk. It won't hurt you.
Okay,
Wait,
he's been outside his
Wait,
entire
he's
life.
been outside
watching
in the
TV.
wild. Why you're like, oh, it's raining? What's rain? He lived in the wild. What do you mean? What is?
I think there was a comment about that at somewhere.
That's not how this works, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's literally the top comment from AQ Fanatic. I find it so hilarious that neither Lucy nor Ted realize that Conk, as wild forest man, should absolutely know what rain is and that it won't hurt him.
Oh, what is it? He's not an alien. He's been to Earth. He lived on Earth.
Exactly. If this is a prequel, the aliens haven't arrived yet.
Waterfall from sky.
Yes.
Come, Conk.
So again, he knows what water is and the sky, but he's never seen rain
What's
before.
rain? You know, I don't know what rain is.
Ah!
Run with me.
He takes his hand and the two frolic through a meadow.
But to just leave the horse.
So
Okay.
I'm just again. I just imagine all this. Keep in mind, this guy's apparently still naked, butt-ass naked, running around.
That's more comfortable than a horse ride.
But laughing
And
all the
still
way.
uncomfortable.
Mm.
Especially if you
Like-
got especially say this guy has long shamit. That's
Yes,
gonna
that
be
it's not being
uncomfortable.
crushed by a saddle, is my point. So yes, it might still be inconvenient for him, but it is far from, a ride in the park, essentially.
Later, Lucy and Conk lay in the soft, tall grass, gazing up at the night sky.
Maybe it never rains in Hatchetfield. It's
Oh my
possible.
God.
I don't know what the climate's like.
Conk points to the tiny lights above them.
They're called stars.
He doesn't know what stars are either.
That one, yeah.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't know the name for them, but why is he ooh, look, lights, the sky?
I've seen them
You've
for the
lived
first
in
time.
the forest. There's no light pollution, so the stars should always be showing. There is no light pollution in the forest.
Very beautiful.
They
Very
are.
beautiful.
Oh, so he knows adjectives now. He's moved on to adjectives, but doesn't know how to say cat, which is a noun.
Lucy.
Lucy.
That's a noun too.
Very beautiful.
Oh, Conk.
Days later, back in the greenhouse, Conk sits beside Lucy, inspecting a picture of an old-timey gentleman offering a handful of flowers to a very handsome lady.
Why man give woman pretty things from ground?
To impress
Again,
them?
he knows what a man and a woman is, and the ground, but not flowers.
It's a bouquet. A man gives it to a woman when he loves her.
Also, okay, so keep in mind, I find it's weird that he doesn't fully grasp that one person may give another person something to impress them and to get them to be
Again,
with them.
because
that's actually a very common thing in nature. Again, you'll have like the male birds and some species will have like colorful feathers.
It depends on the species. He might just do a dance or something. You never know.
I guess, but even so, like it's still a basic concept. Do
He's part
something or give
bird.
something to impress someone else. You know, it's a thing that actually is in nature, and a lot of species do it.
I mean, yeah, but again, it all depends on whether or not Kong is like that. That it is the species. Like, have that in his instincts to do so.
Well, I mean, clearly,
Or I guess whether or not
yes.
timber wolves or bears or anything else that you might have seen in the Hatchetfield forest would actually also correspond with that behavior, which to my knowledge they don't, but I never know.
I mean, I think you'd have some inkling because he clearly wants to be with Lucy.
Well, yes, he wants to be with Lucy now. He's met her, but would he have, like, again, known about all this stuff beforehand in order to do so? It's not like his species would have a manual, on, like, how to impress the female variety of a different species.
Hey, you got me drugs. Drugs.
No, she's saying drugs. That's how you end videos sometimes.
Drugs.
Yes. It's when two people enjoy each other's company and they want to stay together forever.
Well, that.
Like Conk and Lucy. Conk and Lucy have love.
Okay.
Ding dong.
He has the understanding of love as like a very small child.
Exactly.
I know some women like their men dumb, but do they like them this dumb? I don't know.
I don't know. Some men like their women dumb as well. You never know. This is why it's a fantasy.
To be fair, men want women dumb to control them. I'm gonna be honest.
Sure. And Lucy definitely would not be the dominant one in this relationship in any way.
Oh no, she totally would be.
Get that?
In the front entryway, Lucy opened the large double doors.
I just remembered like a quote from the first episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where where like Buffy and Willow are bonding for the first time, and she's talking about like her crush on Xander and whatever, and then it's like, but I can barely talk to him about this. Like, men like women who talk, and then Buffy goes, "Clearly, you don't know anything about them." Ow, jeez. I know you stab people, Buffy, but still,
I mean, that's some men, the bad men.
Of course, yes.
Technically,
understand.
Xander is kind of in that camp a lot of the time. Early Xander was very bad towards women.
This is also true.
No.
Well, well, Lucy Stockworth, you've been a very naughty girl.
On the steps of
whose I guess this is someone's fantasy. Jesus, you've been a very naughty girl, Lucy. You're gonna.
I guess this is called nightmare time.
Yeah, unless
let me take you to my dungeon.
Unless this is like the uncle after her fortune or something.
the manor, Lucy finds Jonathan Brisby, her upper crust fiance.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, I expected a cheerier reception than that. Could a man join his fiancée for a pleasant holiday? A holiday which you were set to return from 2 weeks ago. You missed your dress fitting, you know.
Oh, yes.
Also, by the way, I got a
question.
question.
Times. Yeah.
Like, this is one thing I never really got in stories like this. Why is it always like the main character has like a terrible fiance when they seem to be somewhat sensible and know that their fiance isn't a good person? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things I always kind of find weird in these stories. Like, why are you with them? I mean, it's not an arranged marriage. We're not. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
I guess it depends because we haven't seen too much of like. I mean,
like,
obviously, obviously, Lucy here is shocked for a legitimate reason here. We don't know how much she actually does, how much these two care for each other as of yet, but that is a very common cliche.
I mean,
right?
it's one of those things where he comes off as like blatantly evil or blatantly snooty, like, oh, I see you here. Where have you been, dear? I missed you at our home. Who is going to make me dinner? I need you, okay? A man has needs, okay? And it's like, you're so rude for staying here.
Either that, or he might just have like a threatening voice and be actually like a great person. It's like, oh yes, tonight I am going to take you for a romantic walk on the beach.
You know what? Actually, that'd be funny. Like, we should have like a Butterworth character have like a very threatening, very voice, a kind of voice that's like, oh no, they're a bad person, but have them just say the nicest things.
Yeah,
like,
the nostalgic.
Oh dear, how was your day?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you these flowers, by the way. Anyways, I'm gonna go to my room. Call me if
and
you
if
need
you'll
anything.
excuse me, I will be busy in my studies signing a check for my weekly donation to the Children's Hospital. They're getting a bonus this week.
That'd be hilarious if we did that in the Butterverse at one point. Like someone who you think would be evil, like just sounds evil, is like, nope, not evil at all.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we'll keep that idea in reserve then. Aiden should have played Jonathan. Oh no.
Who's Jonathan?
This guy.
Oh yeah.
My mother is beside herself, and I must admit I've been dreadfully worried as well.
I got caught up in things here. Did you receive any of my
Don't
text
you have
messages?
cell phones?
Oh,
Just
yes.
text them. Tell them you're
And
gonna be
I
gone
figured
longer.
that a place that could capture the attention of my flighty little Lucy must be quite something.
God, this guy is bad,
Welcome to
dude.
Hatchetfield,
I mean, again, everything that he said seems like a nice thing, but he's just delivering it in a way.
I don't know.
To see the sights, maybe do some hunting. I hear the game's a spot of all right.
Yeah, there's bears in these woods. Yeah, go for it.
Shoot you a nighthawk. We'll have it stuffed as a souvenir. Then you don't have to come.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because Nighthawks and Timberwolves, they're the two mascots of Hatchetfield High and Sycamore. Oh, that's perfect. That's world building right there.
Back to this silly place.
Jonathan,
Lucy! What did I say about outsiders?
Ascending a large staircase, Higgins appears quite perturbed.
He's not an outsider, Professor. We can trust him. This is Jonathan Bripsby, my fiance.
Fiance?
No wait, here's the thing. In the words of
hesitant
KW, fiancé.
My goodness.
I didn't realize you were entangled.
Well, she is, Professor.
Higgins! Henry Higgins.
Oh, so
I'm guessing that was meant to be like, well, she is Professor, and then that's prompted him to say Higgins, but yeah, delivery was off.
you're the one who's spirited away my Lucy for some sort of secret experiment. It must be quite the endeavor.
Oh, so I guess Lucy told him it was an experiment, but obviously didn't talk about the nature of it because that would involve.
I mean, honestly, he comes off like the kind of guy who would like trivialize like her specific interests. The kind of vibe I get from him, like, oh, you want to find this. Wait, what was it, like Man Beast? I forget.
At least he's paying attention, trying to get actively get involved. I've had partners do less.
Something to be shared with the rest of the world.
We can't, Jonathan.
And why not?
Professor, let's show him.
Moments later,
We
Lucy,
kidnapped the
Jonathan, and
man!
Aiden stand outside the antique vaulted door to Conk's enclosure. Jonathan can't believe his ears.
An ape man, you say? Don't be ridiculous.
Don't you be so close-minded. He's right behind this door, and I won't have you frightening him. He's easily startled, and he's gentle, and he's kind, and he's wonderful.
Oh my God, it's your fiance! Stop gushing about this man! This is extremely inappropriate.
His
He's so
face.
hot and gentle, and like when he grabs your hand, you just feel the softness and warmth. Like it's a warm hug for your whole soul.
Yeah, his face says it all Now look at him. Look at his
Like,
expression.
excuse me?
That is a man who has been wronged.
Just like, wait, what?
I didn't know any better. I'd say you had feelings for this ape man.
Lucy turns the locking wheel on the door. Higgins stops her.
Lucy, if Conk feels threatened by this man, I can't guarantee his safety. He makes one wrong move. This creature could tear his arms right from their sockets.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, sure. With his like twig-like arms that he has.
Fine.
No offense to Joey Richter, I'm just mean. Like, I mean, he caught a child, but I'm not sure what else he would do to a grown man.
I'll be with him, and Conk will do nothing to hurt me.
Lucy pulls the heavy vaulted door open, and the three pass through it into the greenhouse.
I can see why you're watching Conk the whole time now, BB.
Conk,
Man, this
I
man
brought
is
a
an
new
ape
friend. Don't
personality
be
all
shy.
over.
Come meet Jonathan.
Conk emerges from the trees, sizing up this.
His eyebrows! The way, like, his face is like...
Big Conk. You, John man.
Isn't he extraordinary?
Why, that's a man! It's obviously a naked man!
See, I told you! You're just kicking out the man! Just kidnapping!
Sway, you're wrong, friend. I'm a biologist. You think I would know if it were a man? He only...
I think Alzheimer's took it over, sir.
like a man.
The professor shaved him.
Well, that's rather
And I guess it hasn't grown back in, you know, the time that you've spent with him.
convenient.
He had to treat Conk's wounds and
Apply ointment to his skin. He had a rash all over his body.
But presumably not his beard or his scalp.
I don't see any wounds or a rash.
That's because the ointment worked.
No,
obviously.
If there were wounds, though, there'd be scarring at least. Or the wounds would still be healing.
Well, it depends on when he applied the ointment, of course.
See two obvious
or how severe the wounds were.
Depending on how deep the wounds are, no amount of ointment will undo.
So presumably the wounds were not deep enough to scar, and therefore, after 13 months, would have cleared.
charlatans. I don't know what you're up to, but it's gone on for far too long.
You know, a whole week.
Come along, Lucy.
Actually,
We're going back to England at once.
Jonathan grabs Lucy's arm and pulls her toward the door.
Let her go.
Conk, no!
Conk beats his chest and advances on Jonathan. At Lucy's request, he subdues himself.
No
I'm
need to
not
get so
afraid
close
of
there,
you.
Conk.
You stupid man.
Conk not man. Conk animal.
Well, Conk, I hunt animals.
Jonathan!
Does he know what the word hunt is? That's the question.
We will see who hunt who.
Okay, he does.
What?
Fair enough.
Oh, God.
Stop it, stop it! Stop it, just stop it!
Lucy, what is the matter with you? These men are liars.
You don't know that. You've always looked your nose down at me. But I know with every fiber of my being that Conk is the ape man that saved me when I was a little girl. And if
I know because he verbally told me that he was.
you love me, if you have any affection for me at all, you'll
You know, he verbally told me it was the same day that a news broadcast went out about my story.
at least try to see him the way I do.
Lucy, I will
This
humor
is
you
kidnapping.
for the time being. But
This
when
is
you come to see
illegal.
the truth,
Oh my god, I
Oh,
just
I-
realized what they could do.
What?
Because she clearly has a thing for Conk. And so now that she's like, I just need you to see him the way I do, imagine he actually does, and he ends up getting with Conk instead.
Yes! No, I stand that romance, guys. Hashtag I ship it.
Jonathan and Conk.
Jonathan and Conk just are.
Yes.
You see them both covered
Chonk.
in covered. No,
Chong.
No, like the next scene is basically them both in the greenhouse. They're both covered with legs. She walks in like, "Hey, dude, what are you up to?" It's like nothing, and then some leaves fall off, and it's revealed he has no clothes on. And then he looks at him and Kong is like, "Oh my god, you didn't! You told me to see him your way." And
I love the idea of
did.
this British Duchess saying, "Hey, dude, what's up?"
Okay. Hey, dude, what's up? Okay, ham.
Imagine the king shows up. Saw, dude, how you doing?
Saw, broski, what's up? In his house. I'm gonna go smoke a few blunts, if you know what I mean.
There's no, if you know what I mean. That's actually what it means. You're supposed to say something as a euphemism and then say, "If you know what I mean." Not actually the thing.
I'm gonna go beat some hamburger meat, if you know what I mean.
It's like if I go, I'm gonna make out with you, if you know what I mean. Like, yes, we know what you mean. Make
Oh my.
She's British. Imagine her as a chav. Honestly, there's a lot of British plays that are all about somebody from a poorer background or from a different with a different regional accent, learning to speak what was then referred to as proper English, or what is spoken by our queen and blah blah blah. There's a lot of those things. Yeah, a modern version of that, modern version like Pygmalion or My Fair Lady would be just like it's a dude and it was a chav. Yeah, why not? Go for it.
About him and about you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Lucy removes a glove, revealing a ring. A ring she begins to twist from her finger.
Oh my
What are you doing with that engagement ring? Don't drop it on the ground. It's been in my family for generations.
Imagine if Kong just eats it.
Lucy? Lucy!
Lucy drops the ring and storms off.
Hey, this doesn't try and force her not to. He's got some restraint. He did grab her arm before.
Jonathan picks it up and runs after her, leaving Higgins with Conk.
It'd be worth
the professor watches them go, then lights a cigarette.
Liar, charlatan,
I shot a charlatan.
obviously a man. What do you say to that, Conk?
He offers the cigarette to the ape man, who drops the act, bolts upright, and grabs it.
Ooh, I say that was a fucking close one here.
Oh, dude.
Well, that's what happens when you ad lib. Ted. Conk, where'd you come up?
Okay, full disclosure, I knew about this part because I skipped ahead. This is one of the scenes that I saw before. Well, I saw one of the.
You skipped ahead and immediately skipped to a plot twist.
That's how it goes.
With that name.
This is why this is why I like doing blind reactions. Again, I was trying to check to see if this was worth reacting to, and honestly, that sealed it for me.
The Flintstones! We agreed the ape man's name would be Chumby. That's the name of an ape man.
What? Why? Why is that the name of an ape man?
At least that explains earlier inconsistencies with him as a person, where it's I don't know what Raid is. That actually explains why he would be inconsistent about that, because
it does explain that, and I did. That's also why the comment mentioned Ted specifically. As soon as I read that out, I was like, "Oh, I've mentioned Ted's name. Are they going to ask who Ted is now?"
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, I was. That was
I
thought
my
ruse
was almost broken.
Nah, I wasn't.
No.
The
actor's name is Joey.
Well, see, I don't know the actors that well though, so I just assumed it was the actor.
Okay,
or writer.
Yeah, so
the writer, Ted didn't know that there would be rain. Apparently.
Well, why would the writer not know there'll be rain in a thing that he wrote?
I don't know. Listen.
Anyway, so yeah, back to this. I'm pretty sure that this is the same Ted that from the guy who didn't like musicals. Which would also mean, if it is the same Ted, again, also a Joe Richter character, that he and Professor Higgins are working together, thus know each other, thus did not meet for the first time in the guy didn't like musicals. And so, to answer the question from before, whether this is a prequel or not, apparently the answer is no. It is yet another multiverse branch. It's another universe within the roster.
Do the multiverses ever converge at any point, though?
aspects of them. One singular aspect carries over from each multiverse to the next. It has to do with the black and white.
Oh, I'm sorry, alright? I blanked, and Conk was the first thing that popped into my head.
I knew I should have played the Ape Man, and you should have played the Professor.
But you have to be the professor.
Wait, aren't you? I thought you were an actual professor.
Yeah, what?
I thought you were a real professor just faking this whole thing. Okay.
Professor seemed like such a meaty role, and damn it! I guess it isn't how many lines you have, but what you do with them.
Ted puffs the cigarette and pulls on a robe he has hidden in a hollow stump.
So sue me, man. Alright? I flubbed the name. Lucy doesn't seem to mind. You see the way she looks at me? I told you, there's no denying the sexual charisma that radiates from this.
Okay, definitely this is the same Ted as the guy doing like musicals. There is no way there's not a chance it's not him.
Alright? And that's after you made me grow this. God, if I just had my
I
mustache.
wish the mustache and beard
Lucy and I would be
connected though. Because the mustache and beard are very
because remember he only had a stash, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, if he only had the totally.
I say about improvising! There isn't gonna be a honeymoon as soon as you're married, and the stock worth fortune is ours. It's for Miss Union Jack. Of course, the fiancé complicates things.
Yeah.
You didn't wait. So you made up
Hey.
this whole ruse, right? But you didn't know the person you were trying to trick into this had a fiance. Isn't she meant to be like high profile or something? So wouldn't you know if she was engaged or associated with a partner in any way? Wouldn't that be public info?
Well, I guess if they know her from the news reports of when she comes to Hatchetfield, but they probably should have done like a background check just to be sure.
What if she has a stage name?
A duchess has a stage name.
She's rich.
Ooh, maybe he's pulling a con too, huh? Maybe he's not really British.
Oh, he's British, all right. Did you hear him? You can't fake an accent like that.
Oh, really? Let me show you. Oh, yes, hello, this is me, faking the same accent as the guy from previously. Actually, I just went maybe going to a meal from the people above.
Wait a minute. Wait. Oh my God! There's an old lady in here. Guys, there's an old lady in here from the Moon Girl. Hi, Sonny. I'm here because I'm bored.
Are we doing this now? Okay,
what
fine.
Are you talking about?
What
are we doing? What's happening?
Okay, fine. We're doing this apparently. Oh wow, Emil! We were just talking about you earlier. Okay, how would you take over?
You sound like my ex-husband who threw a book at me once.
Really? Well, it's a rather uncommon name, I would have thought. German by all means.
Yeah, he may have hated the fact I was a Russian spy.
Oh, Christ's sake.
It was a whole thing.
Based on your age, yes, the tension between Germans and Russians, that would make perfect sense. But oh well, no matter. I'm from a different time period, so I'm going to go back to that now.
Wait, you're a time traveler? Can you take me with you? I hate these young people.
I don't think I've ever met either one of you. My name's Pete. Why am I here?
Yes, we have. I'm your homeroom teacher.
Hi, Jacob again. Yes, Pete is in Miss Littlewitt's homeroom.
Yeah, you don't remember me, Sonny? You're so loud in class. You're the loudest student I've ever heard.
You know,
when you're
something
talking
about me.
About
like
all those trading card games or whatever you youngins are into
I'm
nowadays.
I'm so sorry. You know, something about me. It gives off main character energy, you know? A part of me
I know you feel like that, man. People keep on saying like I'm the fan favorite or something, but yeah, so far I've had like the least.
The devil's lettuce. I ought to throw a book at you.
I don't take offense to that. I don't smoke. I make brownies.
Wait.
Totally
Can
different.
I have brownies? I want some brownies now.
Oh, now you're interested. All right,
My
fine. Come
cousin
on.
used to make me brownies before
Guys,
throwing books at
let's
me.
Okay, I
Guys,
tell you what.
this isn't legal in Florida. I don't think I should be hearing this.
Okay, I tell you what, miss.
It's just
Let's let these
brownies,
squares go
Sonny.
back to
Right,
reviewing the
Harvey. It's just brownies.
Miss, let's let these squares go back to reviewing the video, and we'll partake in some real squares.
Fine. But I gotta tell you about my times as a Russian
Oh,
spy
wait,
later.
wait, hold on, wait.
We at the Butter Bunch do not condone drug use.
Oh wait, someone here. Banquo, you said your name was? Yes, hello. How are you guys doing?
Why are you whispering? Speak up, Sonny! Speak up! Ah! Speak up, Sonny.
I think I'm doing something right, you know.
Name's Shahrani, and I'm back from the
Just
dead.
My sister-in-law loved ASMR.
Man, I'm watching the viewers drop down by the second.
What, just mentioning ASMR?
I'm gonna go
understands
take a nap and eat some nice brownies with that nice bear man. Or was he a wolf? I can't tell animals apart. I gotta go.
So, yeah, just don't go to the Hatchetfield Woods or you'll be in trouble.
Hey, what did I miss? Sorry, Mrs. Littlewhite really wanted to be
Yeah,
here,
not
obviously.
a man. If anyone looks at those statistics, it's gonna be oh yeah, that's what I like to see. A whole one person watching now. Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, they don't know when you did it on a face cam, so they don't know when you're actually here and when you're not. It's only when I walk away.
No, I know it's like no one's gonna understand any of the Mutant Girl or any other reference made there, especially not Sir Nick and North. God.
I didn't. No, I wasn't sick of that. That was meant to be a meal.
I did Squire Banquo.
Okay.
That's why I was whispering.
Mutant Girl.
Because
it was
your
such
audio.
terrible mic at the time.
Right.
Mr. Brisby. And you.
Hey, Prism, the one person. Let's go, Prism.
Caca.
Yes, thank you for staying by. I mean, you get all the Butterverse references and the Starkip ones. This is the perfect stream for you specifically.
And only you.
Pow! Deep in the Witchwood, Jonathan takes his best shot at a nighthawk perched on the branch of a tree. The branch splinters, but the bird flies off unscathed.
Damn.
Nearby, Higgins
Oh, he didn't want to do a or something. Okay.
leans on his own rifle, lighting a stogie.
Bruce, Bert, no cigar. You're going to have to be quicker than that if you want to bag yourself a nighthawk. They are wily birds.
Unamused, Jonathan lowers his weapon, and the two hunters trudge further into the forest.
I wouldn't
Speaking
trust
of
this
wild
man.
birds, what the devil do you think you're up to, Professor Higgins? If you are, in fact, a real professor.
Which is on the sort of
I mean,
one at this point.
If he is, I mean, it should be easily. You could easily tell if someone's a professor, but can't you like look up their degree or something, or like look up their credentials?
We've already established that no one does background checks on anyone. But then again, he also did just meet Professor Higgins right now, so it's not like he had time.
Heaven knows you don't have a real ape man.
Ape or not, Lucy has got a new man in her life, and it's got you shitting peach pits. Tell me, Jonathan, is your concern for Lucy or that sweet, sweet Stockworth estate?
Why can't it be both? I fully intend.
That's not good.
That's actually a fair answer. Why can't it be both? As long as he does actually care about Lucy, then
I guess if you don't care about her, though, that's terrible.
I mean, if anything, I feel like a lot of people, value financial stability as a plus on top of who they're dating. It definitely helps.
Becoming the Duke of Stockworth, a now half-rate professor and a shaved monkey man are going to stand in my way.
There really is no fooling you, is there, Jonathan?
Yes. Also,
It's
don't
Okay,
admit
fine.
it.
Just admit it already. Okay.
Don't admit it.
Punk is not the Hatchetfield Ape Man. He's just a guy named Ted.
Okay.
Why do you hesitate
Don't
to say
give
his name?
details, though. He can look it up and expose you. Unless you murder him right now.
You dirty, dirty man! You've been filling Lucy's head with nonsense for weeks. Well, when I get back to the house, I'm going to
Who
expose
said
you.
you're getting back to the house?
She's not gonna believe what you're saying, and I mean, the professor here knows it. I mean, look at his face. He knows the second he's gonna rat him out, nothing's gonna happen.
No, he's not. They're hunting.
Yeah,
They're hunting
that he's not
with
leaving.
guns. How? He's not going back.
What's so funny?
Your choice of words amuses me, Jonathan. Don't you mean if you get back to the house?
Yeah.
There you go.
I may be a half-rate professor, but I can count. In case you haven't noticed,
I thought he was going to say, but I'm a crack shot, but that would have worked too.
you're out of ammo. Whereas my weapon is fully loaded.
Pigeon shoulders his rifle and takes aim at Jonathan.
You're mad.
They called me mad! They all did! But I'll tell you what would be crazy. To let a goddamn crumpet Easter fuck up my plan! But I'm a sporting gentleman.
Oh, okay, Skeleton Lady is just dipping right now. Okay, bye.
I'll give you a head start.
Yeah, she vanished before, and then she came back. And now all we have is the skeletons.
Yeah.
Run, Johnny! And home to your queen!
Jonathan takes off into the woods, running for his life. Pigeons gives chase, stomping through the fog like a maniac.
And the bridges.
Oh, her name is Mariah. Okay, thanks. She's one of the only ones that I don't know the name of. Like, one of the only actors I don't know the name of, and it's like, oh my goodness, I need to apologize to her if I was like, for some reason I end up meeting her, it's like, oh my goodness, I need to know your name. And the guy to your right as well.
Falling down, falling down, falling down!
Help me!
Even unhinged, he still has an amazing vibrato.
Someone help me!
My fair lady!
Bang! Pigeons fires a shot into the back of Jonathan's shoulder.
Yeah, there's the
Tumbles
delay
to
you
the
were talking
ground,
about.
rolling through the thorny bramble. Jonathan can't move. He's bruised and bleeding. Pigeons approaches, looming over him.
Please, Professor.
Pigeons takes aim.
Welcome to America, you tea-taxing son of a bitch.
Bang! Back in the greenhouse, Lucy is distraught, distracted. Ted, again in the guise of Conk, kneels beside her.
Lucy, what mean fiance?
Means that Jonathan and I are set to be married.
What? Married?
It's a contract where two people agree to love each other for the rest of their lives as long as they so live.
That might be too fast for him. Well, again, it would be, but again, I'm playing by if he were an ape man.
You love John Man?
John Man.
It's complicated.
Ted takes her hand, laying it on thick.
Lucy, no go with John Man. Lucy, stay with Kong.
I should really go find Jonathan.
Good luck!
Yeah, I don't know if... Oh,
He
okay.
just took off.
In the doorway, Higgins stands.
I do acknowledge the fact that Professor Higgins made him run away so he wouldn't have to move his body away from his estate.
Back from the hunt, his gun in hand.
Took off, what do you mean?
Said something about going back to England and you being crazy and the marriage being off. Basically, go fuck yourself.
No, that can't be.
Yeah,
I love the clip notes, man. Thanks. That took me so off guard. basically go fuck yourself.
I mean,
Lucy runs off, back to her room. Ted furrows his brow.
Lucy's sad.
Of course she's sad. Her fiance is feeding the world.
Wait, did Ted seriously not consider the fact that doing this to her fiance would hurt her?
well, I think he's still like somewhat in character.
You killed him.
You killed him!
I
There you
took
go.
care of it. Don't worry. They'll be reunited.
I hope that the sound doesn't travel off of the walls that much in this, labyrinthine estate.
Also,
After
by
your
the
marriage-
way, that is the most suspicious way to get rid of someone. So let me get this straight. You and him go hunting, then only you come back and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, he like went back to England. He said the marriage was off. He said you were crazy. He doesn't want anything to do with you. And it was him going, no,
Lucy
bye.
didn't know that Professor Higgins went after Jonathan. So
He
she wouldn't have
came
known
back
that he
with
was
a
there.
gun.
Okay, yeah, he came back with a gun. Well, although the way that he held it, I presume that it's like it's like a handheld thing, so he could
I don't know. I
he
guess.
could feasibly conceal it. On top of that,
But why in the stage directions would you specify he came in the door with a gun? Wouldn't you want him to put the gun somewhere special to retrieve it later?
I know it's America. I just assume you guys just walk around with those things. Honestly,
I mean, some
We
people do.
do.
I don't get it, but people are strange, and
We
have to
very
clear
much
that.
do.
okay.
It's
So
called a carrier license.
okay, so he he's exercising his right under the Second Amendment, blah de blah de blah. But yeah, again, she doesn't know that he followed Jonathan and has not suspected Professor Hitchens of doing anything nefarious, like killing someone. So and also doesn't know she's being conned, so she has no reason to suspect anything right now. When he's been gone for a bit longer, then she might start thinking, okay, something is up.
So, and
Or
I
if his
would
body is
normally.
found in the woods, that too, that could also happen.
So here's the thing, right? And I would agree with you if it were something you could hold with one hand, but it's not. We saw how he held the gun.
The same.
Oh, actually, we
He-
did see Professor Hitchens as a gun in a previous, in Guide to Light Musicals. He did have like a two-hander.
Arms will eat.
Then, whenever he like mimed it, you saw him like grab onto the front of it while holding on. Like, there's no way he would keep that next to him.
That's probably why he didn't hide it in the stage directions.
You no hurt Lucy.
You going soft on me, Ted?
On the contrary, my friend, Lucy makes me hard. Real hard. And I do some of my best thinking when I'm erect. I'm thinking, why does Lucy have to die at all?
Who is laughing? Oh, okay, it's dead Jonathan is laughing at this.
If I marry her, I get all the money anyways. And a hot wife.
She doesn't love you, you idiot! She loves the Ape Man! What are you gonna do? Pretend to be conked for the rest of your life?
Yeah! I like being cock. As Ted, I'm nothing, all right? When I'm conk, I'm somebody, huh? The missing link. I got a beautiful woman telling me I'm amazing for doing just easy shit. Like pointing to the color blue. Or reading words like cat in car.
But you didn't read the word cat. You just said Lucy.
But that one test was hard. Trying to find triangles and all those other shapes. You had
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
take that just to make me look stupid.
You are stupid! I have plans for that money, and now you think you're gonna cut me out. You realize what you're doing, don't you, Ted? You're killing the show with what you're doing!
Doesn't matter. I'm the Ape Man. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
I mean,
Try to tell Lucy. You tell on me, and I'll tell on you.
Murderer?
Betrayed, Higgins backs away toward the door.
You forced my hand, my former friend. Prepare to be recast, Ted. Prepare
that.
to be written out.
That feels a little
something-
bit more difficult.
Yeah, in Nerdy Prues Must Die, surprisingly, there was a character played by Robert Mannion in the guy to like musicals who like got like one line. It was not the professor, and that was actually played by Joe Richter when in Nerdy Prues Must Die, which is ironic now considering that Robert Mannion's saying to Joe Richter that he's going to be recast.
Boom! Thunder claps, lightning flashes. That night, Lucy paces around her room, her phone
That was the
to her
most
ear. She tries
unenthusiastic
in vain to
boom
get a
I've
hold
ever
of her
heard.
fiancé. Out the corner of her eye, she spots a red something wedged in the doorway. She picks it up.
What's this? A rose?
In the hallway outside, she finds another rose. And another. A whole
He's gonna be like leading up to Con. He's gonna be like bouquet or something. Throws him in her face.
whole trail of roses left for her to follow. The flowers lead her back to the antique vaulted door with the porthole in the center. She pulls it open and steps into the greenhouse. Inside, 1,000 candles flicker.
Man, Prism
Rain beats
is
down on the
full of
glass roof.
retcons today,
Thun-
huh? I've been
trying not to
watching
put them on
chat this whole
screen.
time.
I know. I just try not to draw attention to it on the stream itself. That's why I replied in comments and not verbally like I normally do.
Thunder rolls in the distance. In the warm candlelight, Lucy finds Ted wearing a tuxedo.
Oh yeah, sure, wearing a tuxedo. Did Joey just not want to put on clothes for any of this? I feel really sorry for him. Must be freezing.
Conk! You're dressed like a man. You look very handsome.
Kong has something for Lucy.
He reaches into his pocket.
I
and
do
pulls
kind of.
out-
He vaguely looks like Abraham Lincoln.
As far as I know, there's never been an Abraham Lincoln Star Kid, but now I can see, yeah, that might be the direction they would end up going in. unless Tin Can Bros already did it, I don't know. I'll find out
Conk is
eventually.
Ted is Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
A ring?
He drops to one knee and takes her hand.
Mary Conk,
Wait, hold on. He's saying a ring, right? Not like the ring that Lucy dropped earlier, because obviously Jonathan picked that up. So how on earth did Conk get a ring? That's my question here.
Lucy. Not John, man. Conk, love you best. Mary Conk.
He knows superlatives, not comparatives. Okay.
Okay. So, we,
From the darkness, Higgins emerges.
No, Mary Cock! Lucy, marry me.
He's completely naked and swaying his arms over his head like an orangutan.
You forgot. I guess Robert Mannion didn't want to get naked for this. Okay.
Professor?
Not Professor. Me am Hatchetfield Ape Man.
Oh, for crying out loud! This is not gonna. It's not gonna work. Me become professor in 13 months. Me invent whole thing and create another ape man for no reason. Oh dear, stick to Alexa. You're better at wooing that device.
Me am lost hominid species. Listen,
He said hominid. He's not gonna get away with this.
link between Homo erectus and Homo sapien.
Told
Professor,
you.
I'm very confused.
Conk is liar. Conk is guy named Ted I heard.
No, Lucy, Conk is Conk. Professor should go fuck himself, huh?
When did you learn that vulgar language, Conk?
Oh, we know any of the languages. That's your question. Out of everything you said so far, that's the part you question. Sure. Okay then.
Him not Conk. Him Ted. Look what hidden in Conk's stump. Oh, it's Ted's phone.
Okay, but then if you have Ted's phone, you can't prove that it unless you like.
No, because you
Ted
have to
take
my
selfie.
No, I
Ted
can't-
use
I think
himself as
he-
screensaver.
I think the idea is because he's dressed in this, and if this were like a stage play, he would just be reaching into Konk's pocket.
I mean, assuming that he's able to like actually, like grow a beard, like put a fake beard on or something and mustache and pretend to be, I don't know, whatever.
Higgins pulls an iPhone from the hollow stump where Ted and his things. The professor starts scrolling through Ted's pictures and apps.
Stop it. Stop it.
Look! Ted's Facebook! Ted's Tinder profile! Ted's Pornhub premium account!
Oh, okay.
Kong, what are you doing with a phone?
Thing. Anyway.
That's not Kong's phone. Shit.
Hopeless, Ted. You never learned how to yes and.
Lucy, I can explain.
Okay.
What? No, that can't be!
Oh, but it is. And you're not going anywhere, I'm afraid. Not until that Stockworth fortune is mine.
Before Lucy can reach the door, Higgins retrieves a handgun. He's hidden under a fake rock. He points it at Lucy.
So you can either marry one of us, or you can die.
Honestly,
he could be carrying with him.
I would have waited until the wedding and then just killed both of them.
Lucy makes a break for it. Higgins pulls the trigger. Bang!
Best sound effects.
See?
It's the Waluigi gun. It's like one of those mods that like replaced all the sound effects. Prepare to meet your maker. Wah, 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 wah.
Ted dives into the bullet's path.
Wah, reloading. Wah, reloading.
He goes down, blood spilling from his gut. Lucy grabs Ted and drags him from the greenhouse. Before Higgins can get in another shot, Lucy slams the vault door shut. She whirls the locking wheel, trapping the professor inside. Higgins rushes the door and presses his face against the porthole. There's madness in his eyes.
There's always madness in his eyes.
Open this door! Let me out!
I guess Alexa doesn't control the house anymore. He can't open the doors with her. All right.
Maybe that's why he got Alexa.
Again,
He abandons the door and runs for a tall tree in the center of the enclosure. He scurries up the thing with incredible speed, hooting and howling like an ape.
I like how even like now he's still like dun 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 dun, like even to the music. Anything that Professor Higgins does has to be to music. You see, like again, like even the breaks, he's definitely practiced this.
He reaches to the top of the tree and smashes the glass ceiling with his fist. Rain pours in as he climbs out to freedom. Outside the vaulted door.
Is his fist not bleeding? Anyway.
Lucy cradles the wounded Ted.
Adrenaline
his
probably
blood leaks onto
hasn't
the
let
black
him
and
notice it yet.
white tiled floor.
Oh, Kong. Or is it Ted?
Oh, please. Let me die.
It's Kong.
I want to thank you,
Lucy. You made me the Ape Man. I never thought I could be.
You'll be alright, please. Please don't die.
What a line.
With the last of his strength, Ted reaches up a shivering hand and touches her face.
And at that precise moment, Konk's microphone dies. What a roller coaster. Ted can't catch a break in any universe. Okay, last time it was kind of his fault.
His eyes roll back. His hand falls. He goes limp in her arms. Dead.
Once again, he bleeds red, white, and blue.
Lucy holds him and weeps. Until BANG! A nearby door explodes open. An enraged Higgins kicks through the debris, a smoking shotgun in his arms.
You're saying this time isn't his fault. Okay, fine, he went back on Higgins, but he went back for a good reason.
Lucy, I'm home!
Lucy struggles to her feet and runs for it. Professor Higgins hobbles behind her. She rips through the manor's winding corridors, knocking over chairs and vases behind her. Anything she can do to slow down her pursuing assailant.
Professor, please, please, please.
He's already hobbling, just run faster than him.
Stop!
Lucy, you got some splaining to do!
She finally...
Fun fact, that line was never actually said in I Love Lucy. It just became the catchphrase that was never spoken by, like, everyone else referencing it.
She reaches the front entryway. She throws open the large double doors and hurls herself out into the storm. Wind whips her face. Rain comes down in buckets. She bolts for the deep darkness of the Hatchetfield Witchwood. Sharp, spiny branches tear at...
You've the Hatchetfield Witchwood, but it's only in the corner. You haven't... Shame we can't change, like, the full background to match that.
Lucy's arms. The ground beneath her is a runny sludge, sucking her feet into the mud. Then, snap! Something springs up to bite her shin. One of the professor's traps.
Ow! My leg!
Lucy claws at the metal teeth that have pierced her boot and sunk into her skin. As she struggles to her feet, Higgins creeps through the subsiding rain.
All right, Lucy. That's enough. I gotta admit, you gave me a better chase than Jonathan did.
No, please, no.
Oh, stop crying. I don't have to kill you. I'll make you a deal. I'll let you live, as long as you sign this check.
The storm dies just in time for Higgins to reveal a check. He holds it out for Lucy to see.
In his bleeding wrist, that definitely would not leave the check to be legible.
See? I'm not completely unreasonable. I'm not greedy either. All I want from you is $30 million. Just enough to fund.
Sorry. How much money is the like stock worth exchange that the state worth? My goodness.
My musical. Working Boys. It begins.
And of course, we get the show-stopping number theme song again to accompany this. Has to be said.
The spotlight on me.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh, what do you gotta do that's so important that you can't spare a few minutes to listen to a pitch, huh?
No, I mean I can't give you the money.
What?
I spent a stock worth fortune in my search for the Ape Man.
But you know it's in Hatchetfield. Did you spend it all on plane tickets going back and forth to one island? There is no way you spent 30 million doing that.
Why was Jonathan trying to marry you?
For my title. I mean, I was trying to marry him for his money so I can continue my search.
You idiot! You goddamn idiot!
As Hitchens raises a shotgun and takes aim,
Is the real Ape Man gonna appear and save her now?
Lucy grabs a nearby fallen branch and swings it with all her might. Wham! He tumbles into the mud. Lucy uses the stick to pry...
God, he is always Jim Carrey coded.
Tree and starts to climb.
Again, I feel like he's taking, like, it's a combination of Jim Carrey and Doc Brown, I think.
I just never get the Doc Brown nearly as much as I get the Jim Carrey.
I feel like it's the hyperactive mania, because I did also just rewatch Back to the Future, like, for the past 3 days.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yes, COVID shows. These were dark times. Yeah, it's nightmare time. How are we doing tonight?
I love that hello. Gadies and Lents.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Aiden is my favorite Gady.
Fair enough.
Aiden's not even here to hear that joke.
Yeah.
Climb as Higgins crawls to his feet.
I guess Shorty is our favorite Lent. I don't know. Whatever. He's not here either.
Oh, you think you're gonna climb a tree now?
But yeah, we're doing very well. I was worried this video was not going to be entertaining to do as a reaction, but I was horribly wrong. I was mistaken. Yeah.
Think you are?
Eden got killed by the Ape Man. Yeah, the real Ape Man.
Becky Barnes? That's a bit of Hatchetfield lore for you.
Yes, it is! Do you remember who Becky Barnes is?
The name sounds familiar, but no.
What can you say? They still love each other. What will you say though years have passed?
Why, boss? Why?
What? Okay. I don't know. Ape Man. Ape Man. Anyway, yeah, Becky Barnes was Barnes was the love interest in Black Friday, the one who was the cheer captain who ended up, hopefully killing her husband, wasn't made consistently clear, and was, in love with
Oh,
Houston.
yeah, that's right. I do know. Yeah, okay. Killing the husband brought it back for me.
I thought it would. Yeah. Stop taking chats out of context. Well, okay, like if I go for like every single thing,
we have a specific set of skills, Liam Neeson quote and all that.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying about like the chats out of context because you want to talk about like your boss here, but I wasn't the one who said why boss why. I just like scrolled and tried to see what that was about. Oh, you hate what do you say? Oh, I like that one, especially the part where like Sherman Young sings like Jamin and Beatty sings as Sherman Young even before Sherman's voice has been revealed for the first time. So got like, oh, years have passed.
One time Becky Barnes climbed the tree and she didn't come down for 2 days. But she had to come down eventually. Just like you gotta come down. And when you do, you're gonna listen to my pitch.
Why was he chasing Becky Barnes? Is he the husband?
Oh.
Then I'm gonna pump your guts full of lead!
Please!
I mean, if he is the husband, then that means that he didn't die because Emma at the end of Black Friday says, "Oh, I got this good biology professor who can like hide us," which means that he's still around. So,
well, no,
I hope the answer's no.
Well, if this is a prequel though to Black Friday,
which I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Because theoretically, right, between the events of this and the events of Black Friday is whenever the story of the husband and all that could have happened.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, maybe she was just hiding from her husband, and that was one of the times that they had. That wasn't like the final time. Oh, yeah.
Someone help me, please! Help
No one can hear you! You were stupid enough to follow me out here into the middle of the Witchwood!
But you chased her.
Just like you were stupid enough to believe in the Hatchetfield Ape Man. There is no Ape Man.
Look at Jeff Flynn preparing.
There is no. Whoop.
Suddenly, Higgins is lifted into the air by a huge, hairy figure. This monstrous thing takes hold of the professor's arms.
He has the same fate as Dolores Umbridge, I guess. Not Stark is Dolores Umbridge. Her fate was arguably worse.
And starts to pull.
Oh my god! No! Not my arms! Not my arms!
What?
Hold on. I suppose when they have English accents, it's so far moved from the culturally appropriate click clock po click. I was with you until click clock po click.
Right, what does click clock po? Is that trying to imply that the British are a bunch of robots?
I don't know. Why would you say such a thing?
That would explain a lot about Jacob.
Robots. Would it? Why would that explain a lot about me? Just the fact that I don't sleep.
Higgins' arms are ripped clean from their sockets. He plops to the.
Yeah, he'd just be going, like that's the only. Oh no, my arms are off. Even Deandra screams more. Remember her arms? We got next time we do a session, we should do actually if we BB's thing and then probably I don't know. Let's go back to most popular girls in school. That was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Yeah. Everywhere, every continent, it's how Africans speak. Wouldn't that be one continent then?
I think
Anyway.
what they're trying to say is that is that in media, that's how every African is portrayed to sound.
I see. Abandon their own content. Okay, right. Oh, click, clock, pop, click. Okay, right. I'm with you now. Anyway, right, moving on.
Muck below with a sopping, bloody thud.
Oh, they are definitely doing a play with a script. You just, it's just off screen, which probably means it wasn't like as tightly rehearsed as their usual stuff.
I pinned the script, by the way. You guys can check out the script.
That is also true, but that was mainly a precaution in case, because some of the sound wasn't that good at the start. But it seems to be fine for the most part. Why is
this alpha person why they're spamming places, and I don't know why. I'm
not
What's
sure.
What's happening?
Oz, UK, Canada, Sweden, France, everywhere.
I don't know. They said something about immigration.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. Anyway.
Above, Lucy clings to a branch for dear life. The limb snaps and she falls. But she's caught by a pair of big, strong arms.
Wow, who would have seen that one coming?
Covered in thick black fur.
Oh my! You saved me.
You fall again, Lucy.
He looks up.
And there we go. See, I told you Jeff was preparing himself. And see, he's clothed. He put on more clothes to play the Ape Man now. Anyway, once again, Bond gets my musical references.
Into the eyes of her savior. The kind, almost human eyes.
I get Animaniacs. Hey, I understood that. Don't you? No, I understand that. I know that one. Shut up.
Okay.
The real Hatchetfield Ape Man.
They did just start spamming the letter N at a point. I think they couldn't think of any other random thing to say.
Well, it seemed to me like letter N was gearing up to spell out something, but without.
Oh no, that's what I thought too. But then I looked at it, and no, they just started spamming the one letter.
Oh, okay. What? Sure.
I guess they
okay,
just.
then.
I assumed they. I guess they just couldn't think of anything else, And so
at the end, they start to sound a bit like conk. Not gonna lie.
N.
Yeah.
N.
Yeah. Im racism.
Right, no, and like them saying I am a racism and putting it in there. It's like, no, I absolutely see why you thought they were going that. And no, they just started spamming the first letter.
I see. Then yeah, but yeah.
I don't know what that's happening.
Conk. No, like other people. I don't know.
Prism. It's head in disguise.
Ted shows his true colors and distaste for other colors.
It's really you. I've been looking for you all my life. Tell me, what's your name?
See, there we go. He doesn't know what names are.
Chumby.
Okay, never mind. Of course, it's Chumby.
Chumby.
Lucy curls into the ape man's embrace, and he carries her off into the mist.
Was Joey clapping at the end? I think he was. And so now they zoom and enhance. Oh, alright. Yes, the end. Might as well have our first song
Here's a
number.
little story about the Hatchetfield Ape Man.
There we go. I told you there weren't many songs in this.
Someplace in the fucking woods. He's tall, he's short, he's good or bad at sports. The point is that nobody knows all I know about the Hatchetfield Ape Man. He's an ape.
What did I
The ending.
miss? Oh. Wait, it ended?
Yeah.
Wait, but it's part one.
I wonder if Jeff like filmed himself twice because he's doing 2 harmonies, so probably that's why they're not like exactly.
They could be mirrored.
They could have been, but he also needed to do 2 harmonies during that. So.
That Hatchetfield Ape Man.
Well, what happened?
Yep.
Tell me what happened.
Okay, fine. So, what? Oh, sorry. Actually, wait. What's the last thing you remember? Because I don't know where you like left off.
I left off when I said I had to go.
Yes, thank you. What part of the story was that in?
I don't know. She was bonding with Ape Man. Man came back with the gun in hand, being like, "Oh yeah."
Wow, you missed the entire story.
No, it was only 25 minutes. How did the entire story happen over the course of 25 minutes?
Yeah, you missed everything. So
it was 25 minutes.
So Ape Man was not Ape Man. It was a guy named Ted.
Yeah, I was there for that. I was there for that.
Yeah, and then Lucy came over, and then the guy and the professor spoke with her, and then he tried becoming the Ape Man because Ted decided that he was going to pretend to be the Ape Man for the rest of his life because he loved Lucy that much. But the professor really just hated it, and just like Ted, both of them just wanted the money from her. And so then they had a whole rivalry going, and then Ted as Conk went in a tuxedo with Lucy.
Don't worry, it was just a bow tie. Joe Ritz did not put a shirt on.
Yeah. And then the professor showed up, and then they had a fight, and then the professor chased them down with a gun. Both of them shot Conk. Lucy just barely managed to escape. And then he was like, "Oh, stop screaming! I'm not gonna, I don't actually have to kill you. Just here, let's do this compromise. Just sign this check." And then it was revealed she actually spent all of her money trying to find the Ape Man, and therefore had no money in the first place. And then he asks, "Oh, wait, but I thought the guy that said he was going to marry you was there for your money." She said, "No, I was there for his money. I was there for his title, so because I spent all of the money trying to find the Ape Man." And then the professor's like, "You idiot," and goes on a tirade about how there is no Ape Man. And then the actual Ape Man shows up, and his name is not Conk, but instead the name they mentioned earlier, Chumbly.
Oh my god!
And now here we are.
Yeah.
Wait, dang. Really?
Also, by the way, while this is going on, Bon did something specific. I said in here, like, because Bob was saying, chat, imagine what power we'd have if we were mods, referring to the person from earlier. And then I said, that's a nice song idea if we were mods. Then Bon said, imagine if there was a competition, we made a song, whoever had the best song would become a mod. That story would be to tell to a new fan. Yeah, the only rules of the song has to be called If I Was a Mod. Can we actually do this, please? Like, I love this idea.
I mean, I don't see why not. I am a mod. I wouldn't be part of it. I don't know who you're waiting to respond.
Well, obviously, the people who want to be mods. I'm talking to you two. As like the other owners of the channel.
I mean,
maybe
I don't
That's
know.
why.
I mean, sure.
Yeah,
we'd obviously be the judges. We'd have to decide.
Oh my god, we could do this like America's Got Talent type style thing. I think there's other.
I don't think like the ability to write a good song makes you a good mod, though. I'm gonna be honest.
We aren't talking about who makes a good mod. We're talking about if they were mods, and we're gonna make a song about it.
Well, yes, but like the goal of the competition was like the winner becomes a mod, which is why Aiden's saying that they'd have to be a good mod also.
Yeah, like, listen, I'm just saying.
All right, fine. Both of us, if we talk about, the promises of, I mean, obviously, if they start like, abusing their powers, we can take that away, obviously. But until such a time as that happens, I mean, why not? Bit of a fun idea. I just can't write music. Can I use the instrument for a
Learn.
different song? Oh, please. I will never demonize someone using an instrument for a different song. that is how I started and arguably how I continue sometimes. But yes, this is still the same videos as the song sequence at the end. I only write songs to produce instrumental for another song. Yeah, so fine. Use other instrumentals. You know, we'll iron out the details. we'll make a list of like rules and requirements. Yeah. Okay.
I would say just put them all in a group and they can make one and see who comes out surviving. But the problem is that they're all friends, so it wouldn't.
Yeah, and also the whole point is that one of them gets to be a mod. So why would they want to work together?
The idea if they all have different strengths, then we could just shove them all into one area and see what they come up with. But
then who would get the reward?
Well, all of them.
Everyone becomes
then
a
what's
mod.
Then where's the competition then?
It's just entertaining to see them scramble.
Yeah, no, we're doing a competition. That's way better.
We talked politics.
Well, obviously it's way better. They all like each other too much.
He has 2 left feet, but he dances the can. He can? Really? He can? He wears 2 dozen.
Also, I wanted to do Gangster's Paradise instrumental. I did a Gangster's Paradise parody a long time ago. So yeah, go for it. Keep me away from this. I'll just be a part of the audience. That's how it's spelled right. Audience is correct, but of is not, weirdly. But yeah. Oh, you just want to write a song. Okay, yeah, I guess they do sometimes have like, you know, featured guests or whatever, sure. Okay.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Nothing? Okay. It's me. It's grass. He gets tons of ape ass. And honestly, why do you care? If you want to know
Yeah, Aiden, why do you care? That's a good question.
how the legend himself began, ask the ape.
This is so stupid. He's not even real.
Man.
I got a question though. What is part 2? What is part 2? If this is part 1, what is part 2?
Oh yeah, so I took it out of the title of this video. I just left the Hatchetfield Ape Man part. The original episode is called Nightmare Time, Episode 1, The Hatchetfield Ape Man and Watcher World. So next time will be Watcher World.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is this like anthology, I'm guessing?
Yes, I don't know why they combined two of them together.
Wait, I got a question though. Is anthology in the same universe though? Like the anthology story is meant to be in the same universe, or are they all? Or
it's multiverse again? Still multiverse, Aiden.
So wait, each part of the anthology is its own universe. So that's how you build out.
Well, we haven't seen them yet, so I guess we'll find out, won't we? Did she go? Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, exactly.
She went cross-eyed for that.
Okay.
Like, woo.
Nice guy that could rip off your face.
Wait, what was that? Rip off your face? No. Wait.
Why does it seem like she's like grown substantially?
It's because so what they just did is
green screen. Yeah. She's green screen and close up.
Yeah, that's why she had to. That's why they had to disappear, because they had to take the screenshot of the same picture so that we could transition.
Rip off your face. Are you
Oh! Don't look at me like that. That looks scared, mate.
Not gonna lie, I imagine a lot of people are high when they watch Star Kid Productions. We're not, but I
think a lot of the audience members are high themselves.
That's so that was definitely
Hey, maybe some of the crew and like on stage is like just a little bit high.
I don't think they are.
No.
A lot of them might come across that way, sure, but no.
Look, you just got Puffalo with Devil's Lettuce.
Start of Watch World. Yes, it is. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. All right then. Man, why?
Moral of the story: do not trust the man you barely know.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, moral of the story: just because someone's shirtless and hot doesn't mean they're a good person.
I will say this is surprisingly for Nightmare Time. I thought these were all going to be like harrowing, tragic endings, and yes, there was a lot of death in this one for sure. But I mean, if Lucy got what she wanted, like right at the end, and if I think this is the happiest ending Hatchetfield has offered ever, at least
Everyone
so far,
didn't
from what we've seen.
die.
Yeah, I mean, all the bad people are dead, all the good people are, alive.
Yeah.
The Ape Man is real and just living his best life, And you were saying Hatchetfield has no happy endings.
But apparently the
I
Ape Man
stand
can rip
corrected.
off like your arms, so
Rip off your face, yeah.
Apparently, so maybe it isn't such a happy ending.
Well, just because he can do something doesn't mean that he will do that something.
I
Okay.
can hold a gun and kill you, but I have no intention on doing so.
Yeah, just wait till you're drunk, and then we'll see where you're at.
Wait, what makes you think about my characterization that whenever I get drunk and lose my inhibitions, the first thing I'm gonna do is grab a Glock and start gunning you down?
Because you're willing to fight people as is. I think without inhibitions, you're willing
Why
to
would
murder.
I get drunk around people
I will
that
say
I hate?
both of you have advocated for death several times for several different reasons.
Okay, normally out of retribution. Why would I get drunk with people that I despise?
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe because you're drunk.
No, why? I would have to start getting drunk. It's not a chicken or the egg situation here, Aiden. It's basic logic.
Nah, you totally
What
do
came
it.
first, the alcohol or the gun? That's another song right there. Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Also, this needed more songs, by the way. We were lacking songs.
I did say that, this is why I was scrolling.
Yeah,
like,
he
I think
warned us
many
about
views.
this. I
Yeah.
didn't believe him, but
I was really hoping we'd at least get 3 songs in the whole musical. Technically, we had 2, but I guess the second one was
at
more
the
of a reprise.
The
The second
beginning
one
was
was more of a
theme song.
reprise, which is technically the same song, but
No, it wasn't. But it wasn't a reprise. That was a completely different song at the end there.
Dang.
The first song was the Nightmare Time theme song, which is nothing to do with
That
the actual
doesn't even-
Ape
oh my
specifically.
God.
So yeah, it doesn't really count.
So I guess the story itself only had 1 song technically.
And I also do in fact know that we get more songs in Watcher World because I looked up the word lyrics. I did a Control F search in the script, and it came up more times in the Watcher World section than it did in Hatchetfield Ape Man. So that was my attempt to find out how many songs were without watching the video.
I mean, hey, more songs from here because I really like musicals, and when songs are awesome. Well, when they're good, songs are awesome when they're good. Unless because like Trolls, I mean, I guess technically has good songs, but it's jukebox musical and sucks. Anyways.
And here's another reference people aren't going to get. Klamai. The random pulling of a gun, yeah.
Listen, KW. Klamai is cool, okay? Klamai is cool. And we should totally talk about that more because, yes.
He knows I'm going to be busy for some time with the Mutant Girl Christmas special, so yeah, there's not much else that I'll be writing or working on as far as
we talk about it. It's fun times.
This is true. For the record, he wanted to write more people above.
Yeah, which also is something we need to do. Are you available tomorrow, Jacob?
Sometime later in the day.
When is later in the day?
I guess early in the morning for you. So starting from that point onwards, I'm around. So basically,
okay, because I don't wake up till 1 my time, so
that should be probably fine. At the latest, I'll probably be coming back from my nan's house at that point.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. When's the deadline for the mod song? Good question. I mean, I'm gonna we should make a video actually announcing the competition, so it's not just the 3 people in the stream right now. We actually open it up to everyone.
January 1st one. Oh, hold on a second.
No, it's April 1st.
No.
It's April Fools.
No. We need to do it on Christmas Day, so that way getting mod is the gift.
That's weird. No.
I suppose, but if we're announcing that on Christmas Day, then the deadline has to be before that. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the deadline can be Christmas Eve then.
That's fair.
I guess that also, although that's, I guess that also means I have to make sure to do something to do like the winning video or stream and set that for Christmas Day on top of reacting to. Hopefully, the music album is supposed to be out by that point, so we're talking about that at the same time.
Wait, are we gonna release? I got a
Family,
question.
so...
Are we gonna release the Mutant Girl Christmas special on Christmas Day, or do you want to do it like Christmas Eve or sometime mid?
Well, I mean, I'm fine to release it like whenever it's actually first finished, but at the latest it would have to be Christmas because otherwise,
I think Christmas. I feel like the best Christmas specials are on Christmas.
It depends because people sometimes like busy on the day itself, and a lot of the time with Christmas movies they get more hype and more reproduction because they're people still in the spirits. They watch it more times if it comes out earlier.
Well, yeah, but like for instance, like I might be busy on Christmas, but like I still want to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the background at the very least.
Yeah, that's why we released it
fine
beforehand.
For one viewing. Do you end up like watching that multiple times on the same day?
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of Rankin Bass movies to get to, though, so no, not usually.
So there we go. There's more of a chance if someone watches something and they get like hyped about that, they might return to it, especially on with YouTube videos if it ends up coming out earlier. That's also why Star Kid also did a Christmas special last year that I want to show you. It's not Hatchetfield related, but it is something that again I watched multiple times because it came out before Christmas Day, so I was still in the mood for it. But yeah, you'll like it. It's a VHS Christmas Carol.
Speaking of the Christmas special, how is the carol going? The caroling thing.
About the same. I didn't end up having to clear out my phone storage for Walking Wednesday while I was still out, which delayed everything that I was doing.
Have you had time to do any of the audio editing for the song yet, or no?
Some of it. I'm still doing take selections, but yeah, for Shorty, I've got all of the takes that worked. He's still like gonna resubmit some stuff. I might check my email for that. I started with your stuff. Actually, I'm onto your takes at the moment.
You do the solo?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Although I do have to like get a repeat of that because some of the notation was off.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be perfect, especially because
but like it'll be really noticeable. Like it's like instead of going like soaring, sighing, bleeding, dying, I think he went like soaring, sighing, bleeding, dying, or something like that. It's like no, like I can't do it because like there's no one to mask at that point, so that part at least needs to be fixed, among other stuff. But he knows about that. I've talked about that. He said he's going to do it soon, so yeah.
Okay, well, fun times. So look out for the Christmas special. And also, speaking of the Christmas special, we need to talk to Quadzy, Emily, or someone else to make a thumbnail for that because we don't have a Christmas special thumbnail currently.
Well, okay then. The audience don't need to know about any of that. They don't care. They're probably gonna leave now.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes of the Mutant Girl, where we talk about all aspects of production.
Yeah, forget Team Starkey. Let's talk about our own stuff now. But yeah, like actually going back to the topic here. Yeah, Nightmare Time. Very impressed so far. Again, I wasn't sure if I would actually like really enjoy going into like just horror stuff, but I was way too quick to judge. And
I mean, it wasn't very scary though. I feel like it didn't really touch much of the horror aspect.
Exactly. So I'm all for this, and it's nice to see Professor Higgins again and Ted naturally.
I mean, personally, I kind of wish they went more with the horror element, but hey, maybe with Watcher World, we're gonna get more of the horror element.
It does seem like that, yeah. From what like the comments have suggested. But yeah, we'll see. I think I did remember watching like one part of Nightmare Time with Linda Monroe, but that's like further down the line. I'm not sure why it was that particular video. I'll point it out when I see it.
How many parts and episodes are there of Nightmare Time?
There's 3 episodes, but each episode has 2 parts each. There might also be a Nightmare Time 2, but I'm not entirely. I might just misread that as Nightmare Time Episode 2. I'm not really sure.
Nightmare Time.
Again, I will look into that. Basically, we're in the right place for right now, and we will continue until we finally get to Nerdy Prudes Must Die, which may be next year, but never know. I might have to like spice in some like actual other Star Kid musicals in between, just like bridge the gaps, like VHS Christmas Carol, for example.
Although Ghost Kitty, I will say, I'm pretty sure Zoom was just used out of necessity because
this was during COVID.
Because theater can't really go on without it. I mean, I guess you could do a tape performance, but even doing a tape performance was a bit hard during COVID because everyone had to wear a mask.
I was studying drama during COVID, and that's when we did this too. We did song submissions. We did all of our classes on Zoom, particularly.
Yeah.
We filmed ourselves. Yeah, that was how it went.
So I mean, to be fair,
that's why my Be Prepared cover came from.
Honestly, I kind of hope that they decide to redo this, but as like actual stage musical instead of just a Zoom musical.
Here's the thing: at this point,
they did with VHS Christmas Carol. VHS Christmas Carol was also done during COVID, but they made a live version, which is what I want to show you. Which is that's the one that I've seen a lot of.
At this point, I think it's there because this sort of thing is a thing being done by a lot of indie stuff now. If you go to Backstage and you see a lot of the at-home stuff, Zoom's used so frequently now in the field. That's one of those things that COVID kind of forced to happen. It's the same thing happened with school where everything's online now.
Well, if it's still being used, then maybe we should give it a go.
Good.
What, do is like a Zoom show or like a Zoom musical?
I don't see why not.
Yes, why not?
A Zoom Mutant Girl reenactment.
That's not what I was going with.
No, an episode of the Mutant Girl, but it's just produced.
It would make more sense to do that here, actually. So maybe it should be Dragon Ball themed.
Maybe.
Yeah, like we do like a Star Kid style parody, but of Dragon Ball, which they never did.
Maybe that could be interesting.
Yeah, maybe need like V-Roid renders or something for the different characters.
I will say, if we did like a Mutant Girl thing on Zoom, we have to all get in a cosplay.
Yeah, I'm thinking it would make more sense here because we're reviewing musicals on here, so something else that was like not Butterverse related. Because my goodness, I need to write something that's not in the gosh darn Butterverse for once.
Okay, but the main benefit
it's been 4 years.
The Butterverse is just my eternal home. There's so much you can do in it, man.
Yeah, it's my eternal prison at this point of my own design.
Look, okay, when you make a universe, I think it's cool to constantly expand that universe.
I agree, but I like to do something different and freer at times. I've written like some books doing that. But
just saying, if we had a multiverse in the Butterverse, it would be so easy. You could do something.
Yeah, so back to this Nightmare Time, everyone.
No. We're talking about this. You could be as free as you want, but still
you could be as
focus
free
on
as
the
you
main
want in
universe.
the actual Butterverse. The only thing that the Butterverse actually is stopping is you can't have multiple pantheons. But like,
idea for the Butterverse though. You could write a book or have like a series and story, but have it be an in canon thing in the Butterverse. Like, say you may work on a show and stuff, but that show is an in-universe show in the Butterverse.
I don't like that. That's terrible.
Because like it's stated that it's
that's so cheap.
I did try that once with Super Kawaii, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's too cheap.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's like it was all a dream sort of thing. Oh yeah, we had all this crazy stuff happen because it's all a show in universe.
Well, no, because if they reference it like specifically in universe, like this is a show that's there, it's kind of like what Lightyear is to Toy Story. Yeah. That's what.
Well, the thing is, right? I think it's okay if it actually affects the outside world, because I have an in-universe show thing that I want to do one day. However, the way that it interlinks directly connects to a political intrigue in the main universe.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and it all connects, both fictional and Butterverse IRL.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to describe IRL when you're not.
No, I understood what you meant anyway.
But it's like, I think it's okay so long as it's not just a show, and then it's, oh yeah, by the way, the explanation is that it's an in-universe show, right? You need it to connect to something present.
Yeah, also, like, Jacob and the Mudfest never just go into a room for getting your key and log to that room. No, it's the equivalent of building the house and then locking yourself in the room.
But I don't know. I feel like the idea of Jacob, you like putting all your time into, or like putting a lot of time into an in-universe Butterverse show would be interesting because, like, instead of just referencing a show in universe, being like, oh, the Super Kawaii Crystal Mew Mew, you know, instead of doing something like that, like referencing you could actively reference
for that particular show, and BB knows
I mean,
it.
oh my god! Since it was referenced in the Butterverse, we could actually make that. Wait, what happens in the show? We need to talk about that.
I will give you the link to the wiki page because that still exists. But for now, I guess, yeah, Nightmare Time, great show. Presently surprised, looking forward to more. Okay, bye now.
Bye. Drugs.
What did you all think? The also means of liking or
good.
disliking, leaving your comments on I guess what darker stuff we should do next.
Drugs.
Yeah.
We'll see you all soon enough for another Butter Bunch video.